Okay, let's bring things down there. And bring our other music up, and then... let me unmute in
That's
here.
amazing.
Hello.
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 How are we today, everyone? Are we doing good?
Great.
Good.
How are
Blended.
you?
Good. I'm fine, thank you very much for asking.
Great.
We are, Mark is not here for the full session. Mark is over at Comic-Con, celebrating that and enjoying the wonderful event. So we are Mark down today, but we also Gabe down for the first, probably 40 minutes or so. He is going
What
to be
if
joining
we just
us.
talk really slowly? Would that help at all?
Help who? The wait?
Just, yeah, I mean, then he doesn't have to, catch up on as much, because we're like, oh, actually, sure, it's been 40 minutes. We didn't do that much, because we
That's true.
talked so slowly.
That's true, yeah. And then someone could watch the episode on 2 times speed, and it feels like
Oh,
just
shit.
gone
I don't know how
break.
people
Oh my
do
god,
that.
genius. If only people could watch at 2 times speed
live
at the actual time.
Yeah, right.
That technology will be coming. But Gabe will join us. When he does, we'll take a quick 5-minute break just to kind of rearrange all the cameras and stuff because it knocks it all out of motion. But yeah, he'll hop in then. But we didn't get to play last week, so we are back after a week off break. So welcome back, everyone, for episode 4. And does anyone have anything they want to shout or anything before we get started? Tomorrow, you look like you have something really intense to shout, or you've just
I have nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing.
Nope.
Well, then, does anyone want to read the recap?
I did it last time.
That's true.
It's true, you did. I feel like Tomato is going to say that he doesn't want to read it, so I will
Yeah.
read the recap.
The reality is, there's
Thank
only
you.
one person it could be technically.
That's fair. It's me, I'll read it. Okay, wait, let me find it. Hang on. I should have already had it. I should have seen the writing on the wall, you guys, and just already had it ready. Okay. Also, full disclosure to anybody watching, I was just doing a Khajiit voice earlier and feel like I will just continually do that by
That's fair.
mistake. So, okay. I forgot my own voice, so I'm just gonna read this one normally. Last
fair.
we left off, the festival in Harrot was extended due to the attack from Grendel. Oh yeah, the gates
Let's
in the
just
north.
party longer.
Yeah, you guys, we're so sorry. There's a huge monster attack. Don't worry though, we're gonna do the festival for another few days.
Yeah.
The gates in the north had been closed, and the land of Harrot had brought in more soldiers to patrol the roads and party in the extended festival. We informed the king that Thrud had been poisoned before meeting with Spring, a Ratatosk information broker, in the Hall of the Spoken Coin. There, she agreed to exchange information for favors. One favor was to free some of her captive men from kidnappers, and the other was to seek out a Scald Stone in the south. With the next day upon us, we now must decide where to go first.
Yeah. So as an overall recap, you've come out to this festival to celebrate the meeting of 2 gods, or the sharing of drink of 2 gods. But instead of Thor and also Ares arriving, Thrud, the daughter of Thor, arrived instead. And with her, she brought the dead body of a mortal representing Ares. She drank from a tall, massive tankard the size of a large cauldron, and during that night of festivity, her lover was torn from the wall by Grendel, and many Grendelings, creatures, small creatures, vicious ones, came through into the halls, and you fought and killed them all. Since then, you've discovered that Thrud has been poisoned by a very rare poison called Aether Drop. You've been looking for the potential cure, whether it brings you favor or whether it brings you other motives. And that led you towards Spring, the information broker. Now, having left her and rested up for the day, you have a couple of options to build information if you wish. You find yourselves outside, in the halls, but outside of the rooms and the kind of sleeping dormitory areas. Drinks are being served, the next day of the festival is ongoing, and it's as if no attack ever happened, as people get quickly back to their frivolous ways. But you all stand, or at least you 3, stand outside. among one another.
Is it morning? The next morning?
Yeah, I imagine so. You were told that it was the next night is when you should go to the crossroads. So you've slept off the day and woken up. So slept off the night, and now you're up in the morning.
Did we as a group? I don't remember what we decided our like immediate game plan was because it was like one.
We were gonna do
the before the break.
Kidnappers first because that one had like a time, like right, and the Scald Stone was just like go check it out and see if you could read it, right? And the Kidnappers was like you gotta do it at midnight on this day. Then we were gonna come back. Yeah. Then we were gonna come back and be like, "What? We saved your people. Tell us where we could get the milk." From the Oryx.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we were going to go get that and then save Thrud, I guess. And then we could do the other one. If we have to, we'll save her. It's fine. That's what I remember we were going to do. Probably with less sass, but.
That sounds right.
Okay. That sounds right.
Sounds right to me.
Okay. I don't know. I guess if it's the next morning, I'm gonna stretch and get up and feel pretty great that stupid Thrud is still sick.
Juno would come and join you all the next day as well. A little bit quieter, more contemplating as well. She
very
is
introspective today.
Yeah, she's taken her time to contemplate the kind of options and try and work it out herself. And she'd come over to you and, say, "Good morning, everyone." When it does come down to rolling, now this would only be in combat and whatnot, one of you can Jaeger, or all of you together can Jaeger Juno. What this allows you to do is use Juno in combat. There are a couple of restrictions and a couple of options. You can't use Juno in something that she might not do, like, hey, let's use Juno to play human ladder across this chasm or something.
What?
But,
she might do that. She's really helpful.
If she does get knocked out in combat, she can't be revived and get up. She'll get up after the combat encounter is finished. This essentially makes her invulnerable to damage, but also means that you can't abuse that invulnerability. But yes, you can basically use her in combat for that. So, you can decide about that if, when, or if you ever will get into combat. But yeah, she joins you all, takes a drink and kind of just contemplates over it, sipping over it occasionally, just running the numbers in her head.
Okay.
So we've got roughly 12 hours till we need to be at the meeting place. Correct? Or is it tomorrow evening?
The meeting's tomorrow.
Hang on.
Because we just slept.
Right. It's midnight, isn't it, Joe? Was midnight?
Was dusk.
It was dusk.
I believe.
It was dusk. Okay, so yeah, so
2 nights from now, she said yesterday.
right.
So not tonight. Tomorrow night. So I think we would have time to go to do the riddle if we want and head straight from the Scald Stone to the crossroads. But it's just, I suppose, more risky.
I mean, either way, if we get one of the two favors done, we've fulfilled our end of the deal.
True.
So if we get the object we're looking for, and then the hostage is unfortunately dispatched before we get there, then so be it. Rather
Did
not
she
sit
say?
around.
Did she say that favor number 1 is specifically for the Aurochs, and favor number 2 is for
No.
question mystery information, or is it either
I
or?
think we asked in order, right? So
Well,
we
if
just
we walk
said
in
this
after
is-
having done our favor
Yeah.
and she says, hee hee ha ha, I'm not going to tell you about the Aurochs, I'm going to kill them. I'm going to snap and kill them. So let's hope they don't choose that option.
well,
I wasn't sure if one favor meant a specific answer or if it was either or.
I don't know that we.
But I am curious what the other secret is.
I know. I actually would like to do both and find out.
There's also a
Both
chance that even if we missed the chance to do one of these 2 favors, they may have another favor for us to do to get that secret.
True.
Anyways,
Okay, wait. Sorry. I thought that when we left, she was like, tomorrow night is the kidnapping, and that's why we were like, oh, well, we'll just rest then and go. Like, I think
She
we have
said
to do
2 nights
kidnapping
from
today.
now. Or no, yes, wait.
Or I wrote down one next night.
When they were kidnapped, the kidnappers said 2 nights from now or we cut their heads off. And was that the day before that they said that?
So there's.
So it's
technically
tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's much
That makes it
more information. Okay.
So we can get something to eat.
Right.
Maybe look around to see if what else is here, right?
We could do more
some
if there's
shops
more
we can see.
investigation. We could do.
Yeah. Do you
Or-
Willoughby?
Is what half a day ish
Do you
to get to the crossroads?
do we need to check on our friend to see if she is the
if they're
same?
dead or not,
It would
Well,
be
or
worth.
the same. I don't know.
they're about the same. I'm capable of keeping them stable for as long as we need.
Unless she's been stabbed.
Unless they get stabbed. But that's not really... If someone breaks in and just stabs and kills them, that
Can
I
you
think that's no
imagine?
longer our problem again.
That would be such
If I find out
coincidence.
that they got stabbed and killed in the next couple of minutes, I'm leaving. I'm not going to be.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
Okay. So yes, we can go around here, see what we see. Yeah?
Sure, I got nothing better to do. I feel like we've exhausted all of our options for investigating this. for
Yeah,
now.
it doesn't everything in the main hall seemed very open. I thought, I could sit and see who goes in and out. A lot of people go in and out. There was not that didn't seem to go too well.
I'm starting to think I wish I'd slipped in today.
Yeah.
There's not much to get done before
I
we
want
leave.
to go check
Welcome to my world.
the market hall and to see what is for sale.
Oh,
In
right.
case there's anything we need.
Not that we have much coin that I'm aware of.
No, looks at DM.
What can I say?
Looks up into the gods.
No,
This
we
guy.
don't. We could use some money.
A lightning bolt.
God damn it.
All right, I'll go with you, see what they have.
Let's see what they have.
That's
What if
I'm
it's
doing.
something useful for kidnappings?
Sure.
Bunch of duct tape and rope.
No, we don't want to do the kidnapping.
You're gonna kidnap the kidnappers,
shit, sorry.
and then just keep doing a perpetual cycle. You head over towards the market area. It is kind of a hall designed to almost create like a mini kind of bazaar marketplace, almost like a Sunday market. They've got all of the different stalls kind of set up inside. A kind of natural walkway has been put so you'd almost weave through it like a snake. And all of the tents are kind of around each side. The markets are up. You can smell the food, hear the kind of bustling sounds of people selling and trading goods. As you kind of step in, you just start hearing people kind of shouting and say, swords and shields in case another one of the Gremlins come back. Another person says, I've got roasted bugs of all kind. Anything you can find, I've roasted and honeyed them all. And you get other people kind of selling fish, some people selling just kind of various kind of crops and whatnot. Someone's freshly baked breads. Is there anything that you're in particular looking for, whether it be food, wares,
Bugs.
weapons? Bugs? Sure.
Just go straight for the bugs.
Yeah, you head over towards. It's kind of a shorter man. He's got like a long kind of goatee, which he's braided together but balding on top. He stands behind his kind of. You see this almost like these burning, almost like metallic kind of grills on the top of it, and he's turning these sticks where little fires are kind of pluming out. You'd see spiders across one. You'd see a bunch of kind of almost like cockroach creatures, but they've got like cricket legs. You'd see another one which has these kind of almost praying mantis creatures, but instead of the long kind of claws at the front, it is these long kind of almost like hands, like frog arms. And then you've also got a series of kind of like larger ants which have kind of turned around and stringed together almost like a kebab across the stick as well. He looks across all of you and says, "Hello there, would you like to buy some roasted bugs? All kinds, all kinds."
I am interested. Well, how much do you what are the price ranges?
It depends what you're looking for. Just 6 copper pieces for a stick. If you wish to just sample one bug, it is 2 coppers per bug. That is all. It's cheap. Unless you wish to have the bigger spiders, they are 1 silver per. Much hard to catch.
I will take one of these longer sticks of these little ones, and one of these taller ones with the hands.
Yes. The leapers. All right, yes. The ants and the leapers. That will only be 12 copper coins.
Right. Here is 1 silver, 2 copper.
I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Thank you. Takes it. He lifts.
That's the same, right?
No, I run 100 coppers per silver.
Oh!
Yeah, so I think yeah. If you're
Change back, dude.
Oh well, it's done.
yeah. So that's a very good. Go ahead and take a secondary stick as well. He hands out 2 of the ant sticks. You see as they're kind of wrapped around this kind of thin bit of rope, or string even, not rope. And then he hands over the leapers as well. The ants there are salty, a little bit spicy, but the leapers are sweetened. So enjoy them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to try a bread. I think I'm going to get some bread. Maybe
Okay.
I'll stay away from the. I'll find the bread seller.
Yeah, you come
The
across a
bread man.
larger man. He's kind of broad. You see he's kind of got flour across his apron. Clean shaven, but kind of still patches that's coming through the stubble. He looks at you and says, "Oh, good. Hello. Would you like a slice or would you like a loaf? What are you looking for?"
What kind of bread do you have? Like
The wheat
just
kind.
the one.
I have
the wheat kind,
loaves.
just
I
the one.
have. Yes, it is
okay.
a soft wheat we have grown here. It is grown locally here in Herod. If you wish, we can cut it into slices. We can roast it as well. We can cook it if you want it toasted. But we can also provide a bit of butter as well. It is up to you.
Okay. How about how much is a loaf?
An entire loaf is 14 copper pieces.
I'll take one of those. Can you cut a bit off and toast it with a bit of butter?
Of course.
All right,
That would be an extra
fantastic.
6 pieces of copper.
That is okay.
Kind of slices through. You get these kind of 2-handed kind of slicing implements, kind of cuts through. And then you just see him kind of go over to this small kind of blazing fire, which is on some coals, and pop it on top. You see he's kind of got burned tinges of his hands. Doesn't bother to use any utensils to do this. Just kind of flips it himself, burns it, and then takes a bit of this kind of butter, which you see in like a watered kind of condenser to kind of keep it fresh, and just kind of butters it across, places it out, and goes, "That would be a total of 18 copper pieces, please."
Here you go.
Takes it across, puts it away.
Is there anything else you recommend here in this hall? Any other stalls?
It has
Anything good?
all sorts of things come from all far places. I would recommend all sorts of things. If you wish to buy some clothing, there are some fine wares. You'll find some good tailors here and some who have traveled far as well. Perhaps you're looking for something from Mesogyre. Maybe you'll find some of that as well. There are merchants, all sorts. Perhaps a weapon as well.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Of course. Goes back.
Willoughby,
"That's
do you
not-
want anything? You need a... No, just a water.
No.
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 Yeah. You don't
Do we
want a
see
weapon.
this-
You don't want anything from Mesogyre.
I don't need much of anything at all.
a
I mean,
trinket.
just came here to look around.
Do we see the seed man?
Yeah. Fucking seed guy.
I would say, yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. You'd see kind of, not really by a market stall and in kind of the shady rear corner, You see it kind of set up like an upside down kind of bucket and set behind a stool. He's got like a taller one, and he's gonna set it up almost like a gambling dice kind of rolling bucket. And he sits behind it, and you can see he's just got like cloths out with all his seeds. And he kind of sits there, his mirrors in his ears kind of shining, and he tries to kind of steal customers. He stands up and goes, "You, come over here, look at mine."
Willoughby, this was the man trying to sell a seed that makes you fly. An acorn, basically.
This is the seed guy.
Seedy man.
I wonder if he's ever seen anyone like Willoughby. We can say, "Do you have a seed?" That I'm gonna start heading over there.
Okay. See him kind of looking. Ah. So I knew that you'd come back. You're here to buy some seeds.
Well, of course I was going to come back. I'm your favorites, right? We are your favorite customers.
Everyone is my favorite customer. I see equality in all people. Perhaps you'd like to buy some seeds, though. It would look.
Do you have new ones since the other day?
I have always got seeds coming in, coming out. You know, I have got plenty coming from all sorts of lands. Of course. It depends what you're looking for. What kind of... Are you looking to plant in the garden? Have something cute to bring on the road with you? I don't know.
Cute to bring on the road?
Yes,
Like a little sapling? Like, what?
I once knew a man who had a sapling in his pocket the entire time. On a 6-month journey. Kept it alive by watering it every day. At the soil
in his
there.
pocket?
That's right.
He like watered his pocket. That seems really messy.
Well,
Maybe not something for the road.
so what are you looking for? Something perhaps you could grow and give to a loved one? He looks towards you, Willoughby. Do you produce seeds?
No.
It's a very personal question.
I don't think you can just ask that.
Oh, I apologize. If you did, I would be very interested in purchasing one. Just
I don't produce seeds.
sap?
How many people are going to ask this question
That's
in the next couple of days? No. To my knowledge, no.
A shame. Perhaps you would like to grow a seed and bloom a flower in you.
Can you do that? If you just put a seed on your shoulder, would it grow?
Hand me one of your seeds.
He goes, okay, and he looks through his kind of thing, pulls out a very cheap kind of seed, pops it over to your hand.
Willoughby cast Druid Craft on it.
Okay. To grow it,
Yeah.
you get this kind of, almost just like, it's this very lovely little kind of pink flower, but it doesn't really bloom. It's almost like a tulip. And you'd have noticed as you came in, these flowers were everywhere in like the
Like a
first
weed.
near the gate. Yeah. They were kind of stretching out, and they were common as dandelions. A red one, that one.
A weed.
I think we saw them everywhere outside.
Ah, well, you
I
know.
don't.
That is because many people bought my seeds and planted them.
Oh, did anybody buy your? Did anyone buy your flying seed?
Oh. Someone tried to offer me, but I couldn't do it.
No,
No.
you couldn't.
No, I couldn't do it. I was saving it to give to you. I showed you.
Oh no, I don't want it. I just wanted to know
Yeah,
if
sure,
you
I've got the good
had
price.
sold it. No, I think it is bullshit. I don't
Is this
think
the flying seed you asked me about?
Yeah, that's this. This is the guy with the flying seed.
I have a seed that is
The flying
capable
seed.
of allowing you to fly.
I want to wander away about 30 feet and cast thaumaturgy.
Okay.
Basically ask the spirits to whisper to him to produce some ominous whispers swirling around his head that are just like,
You do not want to cheat these people. The dead will come for your soul.
Roll an intimidation check. But you can use your spellcasting modifier because it will be through that. So go ahead and just, if you have proficiency in intimidation, add your proficiency bonus to just the spellcasting check.
22?
So he sat there, and whilst you walk away, he looks over towards you, William, and goes, "By the way, you have to pay for that seed that you just grew."
What?
And you just see his face just drop. Mother?
What?
You don't want any of my seeds. They are rather too common for the likes of you. If you'd like to buy them, you can find them everywhere outside.
Good God,
Okay.
man. What the hell's wrong with you?
Don't buy my seeds.
Okay.
Are you crying?
No. No. They are not worth it. It doesn't even make you fly. I got it from just outside the fen. I'm sorry. And you just see a kind of tear well up in his eye. Please, mother, don't come back. No.
This is a whole lot. I have zero investment in the
Yeah,
seed
I
guy.
don't-
I'm going to go before
I
he
feel so
cries.
bad now. I just.
Oh, don't
Good
feel
luck.
bad. He's a hack. He's a hack scammer.
I'm a hack.
You're a hack.
Just going to nod slowly and back away into the crowd.
You just see him like wrapping up his seeds and kind of starting to put things away into a bag. Looking around every now and then. Did you hear it?
I feel like that was a little less satisfying than I thought it would be. Cried. I
didn't expect to see someone just break down into tears
No,
like that today.
I didn't. Take
It's
the bite
always
of bread
nice
and
to
butter.
see someone confront their truth and what they've been hiding from people.
I don't think my character noticed you walk away, but I want an insight to see if I noticed that was you doing some crazy shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
I rolled 16 for either sleight of hand or deception. I don't know.
Well, you're kind of creeping me out, you know that? That's what
Thank
my character
you.
says, and I move on.
Yeah,
That's a
you can hear in
weird
the
morning.
background the seed seller just packs up his things, turns the bucket around, and puts it back over to where, like, someone who's kind of serving out drinks and stuff. He's obviously stole it from there. He kind of puts it back over there, and you just see him walk out with his rucksack and kind of leave the hall sadly. Always just looking around him, a little bit sketched out there.
Wait, aren't the gates locked? He actually can't leave.
Oh no, he's
Like,
just
he
mostly
just
leaving
has
the
to
hall.
wander around
Yeah,
Harriet.
yeah,
like,
he's just going out.
yeah.
But yeah, you scared him off.
Seed guy's stuck to the end of the festival. I don't. Okay. What is? Do they have anybody that? What's the Messagian sellers? What do they look like? They got.
Yeah,
like.
so you'd see a few stalls set up. People who've kind of traveled far. They look kind of wealthier. They've taken some decent kind of portions of the hall as well. You can kind of ascertain that their wealth is probably from the fact that they traveled all the way here to sell some goods. So you'd see there's like a textile seller who's selling all different kind of silks and various kind of togas and gowns that you might buy in Mesogaya. Kind of selling them as, if you wish them for the summer, these work well. You'd see all of the Mesogaians have bodyguards as well as near them, kind of wearing slight kind of cuirassiers and like swords on the belt. There's another one who's selling spices from Mesogaya as well, like ginger and kind of various kind of like, you almost get like a Cayman-like spice as well. You'd also find weaponry and shields, like ornamental kind of bronze shields, some kind of light iron that's started to kind of work in as they've kind of combined the two technologies, but mostly bronzeware, loads of bronzeware and kind of bronze trinkets, and also a couple of urns and kind of Greek pottery you'd see as well.
I'm going to check out the urns and see if they're quality or where I think they may be originated from.
Okay.
Go with.
Yeah, you'd go over there and you see a kind of a messy guy and woman with red hair kind of pushed off to one side. You see this kind of, she's wearing like a taller toga with like a light kind of white top underneath, but it's like a blue toga. She looks across to you. You see all of the kind of urns that she's designed, or at least are on her table, are like, they're definitely funeral urns, and they're designed to be kind of like pots that you might keep on like a windowsill or on like a fireplace. All of them kind of have almost like this Greek kind of trimming to the bottom and top. And as you go over there, you notice that she's got like a bodyguard behind her who's kind of a broader guy. You notice that the one behind her has a singular eye. He's a cyclops. And he sits there and kind of leans up. He's got a mace at his belt. He kind of holds it. And she looks towards you and says, "These are my wares? Perhaps you are wanting to celebrate someone that has died. And what I offer is to paint their story around the urn, so that if you were to burn them, cremate them, when someone looks upon the urn, they know the journey that the one they lost undertook."
Are the ones that she has out now basically blank, ready to be painted with a story?
You'd see one that she uses as kind of an example, and you'd see it's kind of done in the Greek style, like side on, where it's kind of these like black images of, it's a person who's kind of lived their life working on like a field, and you'd see eventually it gets to a portion of the story where a larger kind of creature, this kind of almost like two large front arms with like smaller back legs and a large jaw, kind of steps up, and the man steps up with a pitchfork, and then in the next image you see is like the rest of the town are around with pitchforks and the creature runs, and then him kind of being a whole kind of field funeral day where they were burned at the pyre, with loads of people there kind of honoring them with them holding up pitchforks with him, kind of telling a story of how he was a brave farmer and held off a monster. She looks across and says, "This is an example of a story from my home."
It's interesting. This is a trade that I am very experienced in, but from the Midgardian standpoint, where we are more into carving the stories into the urns, or at least engraving them in some way versus paint. How long does your paint last over the years? How do you ensure that it does not chip or fade?
It is triple coated, but sometimes it might fade. However, if you keep it in good conditions, away from the sun, in cool tempers, which I've heard you have many of up here, it should last for many, many, many years. And for the most part, I have had no complaints.
Good for you. Your design is lovely to behold. I am not in in the market right now. Of course, I could make my own if I need to, but
May I see
I
one
just
of
wanted
yours?
to admire.
I'd be interested in purchasing some to bring them back home with me.
I'm not selling right now, but I will take out a small urn from my bag that is black with sort of white images carved into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a waterfall, there is a bunch of horses, a couple of ladybugs, and a lot of like river sort of motifs.
Nice. And she looks across it. Beautiful. Well, if you change your mind, I'd be interested in buying several of these to bring back home. I'm sure I will have some sellers, buyers.
I'll
pay
keep
decent
that in
coin.
mind if I may end up crafting more. Currently, I'm not practicing, but I'll keep that in mind.
Well, I'm here until the end of the festival. She nods her head.
What is your name?
I'm Estrus.
Estrus. Eldred.
A pleasure.
And nod and just back away to my friends.
Question.
Yes.
Have I seen a Cyclops before?
No. No, they're unique to Mesogar.
I think, how big are they?
He sat down, but you can see he's kind of way too broad for the seat. They're big. They're not quite. They're kind of the size of a Goliath, so they're good, like
Goliath
to, like
size.
8 feet, pretty much,
Okay.
just under.
I think while that exchange was going on, I would have slipped back a little bit and just kind of studied the Cyclops.
He's kind of just chewing on something. And then you see him kind of reach down and pick up one of the sticks of bugs and just go. And his eye just narrows on you and you see him squint.
I'm gonna nod. And then I'll turn away. And as I turn away, my eyes are gonna kind of flicker very quickly to mostly black. And then it's gone.
Okay.
And then I walk away.
Okay. Anything else you're looking for in the marketplace?
I don't think so. Is there anybody? I don't know how to say this without directly saying exactly what I'm looking for, which I don't want to do. There's not anything that looks like either not Mesogaean or not like Norse. I mean, like there's nobody that's like looks like they're from Athela, or there's nobody that like
one
looks
from
like they're
Athela.
from somewhere that's not one of these two places.
No.
Okay.
A Meso guy in a mid-card kind of celebration.
All right. Well, I've got some bread, you've got some bugs, and a business contact for future. Now what?
I vote we get on the road and get there much early, so if we run into trouble on the way, we have time to
That's true.
rest up.
Did Spring say? Did she say to get her negotiator, or they would meet us there? I can't remember. I think she said to get.
To get them from the hall to travel with us, I believe.
I don't think they're very capable of traveling on their own.
That's true. I kind of would like to see what they can do, though. Like, what's kind of negotiation?
It could only help us to have them, right? If we don't
They
see
don't-
how they would hurt,
do a good job, then
then that's
we're
their
there, right?
problem.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, let's go get this person.
Okay. So you're gonna head over towards the Hall of Spoken Coin, and you come across as you're kind of stepping down there, and you walk through into the darker portions of the hall. You'd walk to the back room area. The guy just quickly nods you through, knowing you're working with Spring, and you kind of pass into the back area, and you'd see some folk who are making kind of shadier deals back here. Some mercenaries talking to people in kind of hushed conversations at different tables, and go ahead and watch or throw out a perception check each.
Okay.
19.
Oh, 19. Fist bump.
8.
For you, Lena and Willoughby, you'd be kind of scanning the room, and you'd notice there is one lone gnome on a table, kind of towards the corner, has a drink which kind of hides the bottom of his chin. It's so big, and has a straw out of it, and he's kind of drinking out ale out of a straw, just kind of watching around the room nervously. You'd see he's got kind of a center parting, and his hair's kind of pulled down to just above his ears. kind of kind, wide eyes, but a little bit lines across his kind of cheek where he smiles too much. But very small in stature. Kind of just eyes darting around, these kind of bright blue eyes, despite him having kind of darkish brown hair. And he's just drinking his ale through this kind of metallic straw. And then when his eyes meet you lot, you see he starts eyeing you up. And then waves you over.
This is our guy.
I'll just wave at him. He must be, right?
He looks jumpy. I don't think
Or we
the
just made a new
negotiator should be
friend.
jumpy.
Maybe he's just excited to see us.
Yeah, we'll see.
He'll be okay. Let's go find out. Walk over. Hello.
Hello. I'm Derek.
Derek?
All right, Derek. You the negotiator we're here to pick up?
Yes, sort of.
Sort of?
Well, I'm here. Yes, I've been sent with a message. I've got a message to send. And we're gonna go get the 3 back.
Okay. I would like to take this opportunity to say that Gabe has pinged the chat.
Okay. You'd all see, as kind of behind you, as you see him rustling around, Draven would walk into the room. We're going to go ahead and just quickly take a 5-minute break just so we can get Gabe into the cams and whatnot. And we'll be back in 5 to do the rest of the episode. But yes, I just need to set up all the cams. So be right back, everyone. I'll just be a few minutes, chat. Just got to make sure I get all of the cams reset up. When someone new joins in, it pushes everyone's cams away. It's just easy to do it on a kind of break screen. I'm going to go ahead and run just a 3-minute ad just to push back any pre-rolls we might have, okay? Just one more camp to go, chat. Almost done. Okay, everyone should be back in their cams now. Let me bring things back up. All right, all right.
Another question expertly dodged.
All right, thank you very much for that. Hello, Gabe. Good to see you,
watching
buddy.
Joe when he's excited about something because he gets this smile that's just like so pure.
Yeah.
Wait, can he hear us?
I can.
No, not yet.
Wait.
Usually.
Oh no, yes he can.
I forgot to
think he just
unmute. I can mute. Yeah, I meant to say hello. I could hear you. I heard exactly what you said. I laughed
like you
over it.
started muting and it took a long time.
Yeah, no, I
was
forgot to click
confused.
the unmute button. Well, thank you, Gabe. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. I don't know if you managed to catch any of that, but all they've basically done is gone to the market and bought some bugs and stuff, and they're now meeting
Hassled
with the
the seed guy.
negotiator. Yeah, they've gone a lot of
Why the
shopping.
fuck did you
The
buy
bugs were the first.
Because they're
tell
delicious.
bugs. They didn't look.
I got sweet
anywhere
bugs and spicy
There were bugs with hands. There's
Nice.
bugs with hands.
You said that like it's a good selling point.
No, I said it like it was gross. There's bugs with hands.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
if I saw a big bug outside and had
like
human
it.
hands, I'd buy it. Like if it
I
was
would-
I'd be like,
I would
I'm
run
getting
the
that bug.
fuck
That
away.
bug's mine now.
Um,
It's not human hands.
Yeah, like human
Like
hands.
frog
Little
hands.
toddler
yeah,
hands.
it was frog hands.
Yeah, it was more like frog hands.
You'd have walked into the back area of the Hall of Spoken Coin, and you'd see the group, the four of them, kind of sit around a table where a gnome sits there, kind of very wide-eyed, blue, wide eyes with kind of parted hair. As you kind of head over Draven, you'd be able to start hearing the conversation, and you hear him go, "Oh, I think that's your friend."
Yes.
Yeah.
You're sort of who we're meeting?
Do I know who we're meeting?
No, you said sort of. We said, are you who we're meeting? You said sort of.
Well, I am a negotiator, in a way. I mean,
In a way.
I've worked with Spring on a few things through the medium of the other three. And it's through them that I'm a negotiator because they make me do the talking.
Wait, the other three. The
three
ones
that I
we're
captured.
going to get.
Yeah,
You got away and they got captured?
yeah.
Okay. Who captured them?
They call themselves the Odd Jobs.
The odd jobs.
Nasty
What are they?
fellows.
A gang? Of
Yeah. They're more like an organised group of mischief makers. They do all sorts.
mischief, including kidnapping.
Well, I don't really monitor their comings and goings, but you could add that to their list now, yes.
Why did they take your friends?
I mean, for ransoming.
15 on insight.
You not only did you hear him gulp, you saw like it's like a gloop as it clearly it took a moment.
Derek, what is your strategy for negotiation?
Well, I've written it down. I think we go there and we say, give back all three of them unarmed, or we'll cut your tongues and your legs.
This is not going
Okay.
to work.
Derek,
Who is
how
that?
many odd jobs are there? How many of them are there?
There's at least three.
At least 3.
I saw 3.
You saw 3. Okay.
Derek, do you know how to fight, Derek? If we got into a
Absolutely
fight,
not.
right then.
But that's the good thing
Are
about
they-
having muscle. You just have to scare them, right?
What were you doing? They took your friends for ransom. Why? How do you know them? How do you know them? What was
Willoughby, you'd see another gulp.
Oh, just nasty folks on the road and all that.
Derek,
What
why
do you do
why
with
you
your
keep gulping like
friends?
that? What's wrong?
I'm not. I'm just.
Derek? Derek,
Yes?
do you and your friends also make mischief?
No. You hear the
Derek. Are the odd jobs your rivals?
I wouldn't say rivals because we've not been here that long. But,
Okay.
I've had some bad dealings with him in the past. I suppose.
Okay. So, what do you and your friends call yourselves?
Well, actually, they're from Mesogaya. And
Oh,
they are just, well, I'm not sure what they call themselves beyond little, big, and tiny. But I call myself Derek, as I previously stated. And I mostly just call myself Derek. But I've worked with them on a few jobs here and there. They're very capable.
what kind of jobs? Odd jobs?
No,
Of mischief?
we do collective financing.
Collective finance.
Yes.
Robbing.
Yeah, well, it would go as far as to say we're robbers. More like, gold makers.
Just-
Mhm.
Strike when opportunity presents itself.
Sometimes I hear a rumor, and sometimes I share it.
How did you and your companions become associated with Spring?
She's a good one, she is. She's got a contact that he runs a lot of things up north, so gone through him, really.
Oh.
Well, we've never met him, but she's laid out some work in the past. I've shared out some of the percentages, so...
Does she pay you well?
Well, we take a cut. I'm kind of like an agent in a way.
Okay.
I don't know if we take him, but also having one extra body would not hurt for intimidation.
He already. I mean, does he really look that intimidating? For one, be honest.
No, but it's compared to nothing. I don't know.
I can't hear you
As-
if you're talking right now. Are you whispering?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Eric, what are your friends good at? What do they do if you do the talking?
One of them's really good at talking.
But
One
you're
of
the
them's-
negotiator.
Not usually, all the time. I'm more of a... You ever been to the circus?
Yes.
I'm the person who tells everyone to please pick up everything they drop and make sure everything's running. One of them is kind of the showman. So
Okay.
it's more like I find them arrangements, and sometimes I speak to the people that I'm arranging it with.
You're like the manager?
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Hey.
Right, you said agent. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we go to find Little, Big, and Tiny,
Yes.
and we tell the odd jobs to let them go, or we will kill them.
That's a
What-
good strategy.
What are you going to do while we do that?
Do what?
If it comes to an actual fight, what will you do?
Well, they won't. It won't come to a fight, will it? My plan is that they get really scared, let them go,
Okay.
and
But you should always be prepared for them calling the bluff.
Yeah.
I'd
What are
run.
they scared of? How well do you know these odd jobs?
Probably of dying.
Probably dying. Okay.
They're petty.
Well, I can be rather scary, but we don't know these people. How easily scared they can be.
We've stolen a few jobs from them, so they're a little bit competitive.
Okay.
And it turns out that they have a really negative opinion of me. So my hope was maybe to, bring some muscle and, drop their ego a little bit.
Okay.
Do you think I'd bring a shield?
Can you use a
group aside again?
A shield?
We don't have to bring this guy to fulfill the favor. And by the sounds of it, he wants us to do another favor for him by bringing him to begin with. I don't like this. I think
Unless we want to, if they don't like him, we could trade him for the other three.
That's true.
I'm not sure if Spring would want that either.
I don't know
She
either.
said she wanted them back. And she had a negotiator and...
I don't even feel like this is the negotiator they were talking about at this point. This guy feels like a buffoon. I vote we leave him here because he's probably going to do something stupid and get all of his friends killed.
I mean, his friends already did something stupid, right? And got caught.
Last thing we need is to
Derek.
antagonize them.
Yes.
Did Spring give you the ransom?
Nope.
Derek.
Derek.
You are going to start regretting this really soon if you don't start being honest.
How big is Derek?
Oh, he's
He's a
very
gnome.
small. He's a gnome. He's only very small, yeah.
So he would fit in a bag, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Just needed to make sure.
No reason asking for a friend.
Yes, I have been provided the ransom.
Derek. Why did you at first tell us no?
Because what if
Were you
you
going
steal
to
it off
try
me?
to keep... No, Derek. You know that we're here to get your friends. I just wanted to see if you had everything with you.
Spring already said if it must come to the ransom, she will pay, so we should bring that ransom as a backup, but she said to try every other solution first.
Right. Well, tongues and legs. It's my
Right.
All right, let's see the ransom though, real quick.
What a persuasion check, Willoughby.
There are all these people around right now. We're not going to steal it from you in the middle of this hole.
Leans up, places 3 bags onto the table. Just small kind of handheld ones. Goes, 50 gold per head. Intact.
Okay. Did your friends have weapons on them when they were taken? Did they...
Usually,
Did you... All of you were together, you ran off,
sort
and
of.
they...
We'd got word there was an extra job in the area.
Okay.
A farmer who kind of buried a little bit of his, inheritance underneath his farmhouse, but it was abandoned. See? Apparently an egghead had scared him off, so we thought perhaps we go in there and dig it up. The fellas go in, I hear a lot of scuffle, and I see one of the odd job fellas, so I ran. I was out on the road. I didn't go in there in case of the ant kick, so.
Okay. All right. how long will it take us to get? Do we need to leave now if we are to get there on time?
Depends how fast we walk, but if we go at a casual pace, we'll get there in time.
Okay. Do you know the area we're going to?
Ish.
Ish.
It's not too hard to find.
I'm more worried, like, if they have people hidden as we go in, etc.
Oh, that could happen.
Not. Well, that's inspiring. Okay. All right.
Here's, if nothing else, another set of eyeballs.
That's true.
True.
And someone to carry the ransom.
I could do that. Pretty good.
Okay. Well, then we should get on the road, yes? If we are going to do this?
Yes.
I will look to Draven, Willoughby, and Juno, see how they feel about sort of nodding towards the sky.
Who the fuck is that?
As far as I can throw him, which I mean, I could probably throw him pretty far.
Who is this strange little man? I woke up very late. You're talking to this weird little man person. We can just put him in a bag.
He is the negotiator.
Put him in a bag. He's the negotiator that Spring said, "Oh, I've got the negotiator. I'd like to keep them alive. I have the ransom."
When he lies, he swallows. He's terrible.
No, he's not. We will
True,
talk.
he's absolutely.
You will
can't
talk,
be
I
used
will
for the
talk, we will talk.
negotiations.
I think maybe it's just you're very good at reading people. It's not that obvious, is it?
You make an audible sound. It sounds like.
Yes, when you do
someone
this,
begging.
we can still hear it.
Why didn't they kidnap you?
Oh,
Ren.
man. I was. They tried to, I think. Well, I saw one pop outside, and he looked at me, and he shouted something. Not profanity. And I ran. And I hit the bush.
And yet they caught the others.
The
But
others
not
went
you.
into the barn. The others went into... See, no throat. The others went into the barn.
Do you think they were they there, like, I guess we don't know. Were they there waiting? Was the Ankig thing a lie? Was it to try to trap you?
I don't
Is
know.
that really... Okay.
But if there's an ant king out there, I change my mind on coming. I don't trust it. But it's a little far away from the crossroads, the barn, so should be safe.
Okay, and we're going to the crossroads anyway, so we'll be fine. Okay, well, let us go then.
Yeah, I'm down.
See him kind of lift up
Weird
the
little
bags.
man.
He pops him into his little rucksack and goes, "Well, prove yourselves today. Maybe I'll have some work for you."
Yeah?
Oh God.
Collect the fire.
I'm gonna pull out some rope
Okay.
and tie it around my waist.
Died.
I don't trust you, weird little man. And I'm going to tie the other side to him.
Oh.
How difficult to untie is that knot?
I don't know. How would I determine that, Joe?
Let's go ahead and do a... Do you know what? I'm going to check.
Does this man have any weapons on him?
Does he have any stats?
No, he's not carrying any weaponry at all. He seems to be just in kind of warmish clothing, but no sense of kind of self-preservation through that. I will say go ahead and do give me a dexterity check, just straight up.
Beautiful. 19.
That is you could have been a sailor. That is a very, very tight knot. And
Yeah.
you see him go, "Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yep.
well, guess I'm following that one."
Yeah.
Oh.
Should be good again now. I'll tell everyone to refresh in the chat. Yep, it's back up.
Yep. Looks good.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Okay. Sorry about that, chat. There's I don't know, something on my computer just decides to crash OBS sometimes, I guess, and everything else. We had just had the rope tied around Derek, and and he was being he just greeted you, Draven, told you his name, and you're about to leave the hall. D-E-R-I-C. It's Derek.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm Draven Derek. We can bond over the fact that our names have D's, and now we're connected by a rope.
That's true.
And if you try to run, you're not going to.
Yes. I wasn't.
Yes.
Although, what if the fight breaks out?
You're probably safer and closer to me than farther away.
True.
Right. Okay.
Just hide behind him.
Derek, I could heal you. I have the ability to cure wounds, sometimes even bring those near death back to life.
I've had a bad back for about 7 years. Could you heal that?
Sure. I'll try.
What?
Let's maybe.
Can I try to crack his back? I
Yeah,
guess?
go for it.
Do that thing, where you like
Go
hold
just-
somebody like a bear hug and you go like.
Do you know what? Give me
That is a nat 1 for a 5.
God, he's dead.
You make it so much worse. You hear the crack, and he's like,
Is it better?
much worse.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have to drag him on the ground now.
He kind of has an arm to the back, like wrapped around his back, and he's holding it. And he kind of hobbles like, I don't like being tied to you, fella. Oh God.
Have you ever tried the thing where you lay down on your back
I don't want to try to.
and you take your knees and you pull them up and then you put your arms around your knees, kind of like a little egg, and you go back and forth on your spine? That helps. It feels quite good.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
No,
It's
okay.
Just, let's get going.
You gonna
You
cry?
better not fuck us, Derek.
No, I'm not gonna cry.
You're not gonna cry like the last guy, are you?
You made a cry.
Derek, how do you know Little, Big, and Tiny? How
Well,
did you meet them?
when they came into First Fella, this city to the east, well, we
As we walk.
got into discussions. I saw some potential in the lads. They were apparently pretty good at what they did back in Mesogaia, so I hired them, and they were successful.
What's caught your eye about them? Like what?
Well, what's really interesting about them is one's little, one is big.
Yeah, I
Other one.
guessed
Never guess it.
that.
Tiny. Yep, you got it.
Are they related? Are they just friends?
Sure, you could say that.
I could say that.
Sure.
Would it be true?
I don't really know. Yes. And no. You see him kind of just start heading out of the main hallway, and you kind of get the hit of the cool wind breezing out in the kind of day, early afternoon. You can kind of smell the meadows around the area of Herod as you kind of step out into the world once more. First time kind of being outside for most of you for a few days. Yeah, ever.
What?
You would be able to kind of head out onto the kind of open spiraling pathway that brings you down and back out into the mainland of Herod. And you see him as he kind of walks along. He kind of chooses a little path that heads off to the west. And he goes, all right, so heading that way and then south around there. Just follow me. Oh, and squeezes his back a little bit and continues walking a little bit ahead. You see sometimes he walks a little fast and gets jolted by the rope and pulled back to you slightly. What? I'll match your pace.
Okay.
Now you get it.
Would any of you be interested in potential work at some point? I don't know if any of you have some, sticky fingers and all that.
What does
Yes.
it pay?
Oh, that's also important.
Depends on the job. It's a percentile business.
Yeah, what's the percentile?
Depends on the client, but usually I take 40% as a finder's fee, and the rest goes to them.
Can you
Take
be hired for
40.
work?
Yes? What work would you
Like
need me
if
to
we
do?
need information, can you get it?
I could ask around, yes.
Good to know.
Okay.
kind of walks a little bit ahead of you guys. And so, first time in Everett, all of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, lovely land.
Yeah.
It's okay. I guess.
Said, Dalla himself actually carved out a lot of this land.
Did he?
Yep.
Huh. I guess that's good.
I don't really know
Maybe.
much more than that, but
Yeah.
so
Do you just know like a little bit of trivia about a lot of places?
it is kind of my job. Yes.
Yeah. How long have you been in Herod?
Inherit. I came
Yeah.
2 days before the festival, because I like to arrive
Nice.
early.
What did you do before the festival was set up? Did you just sort of scout around? Did you
No. I
just
had some food.
wait
I slept.
waited?
I don't really do anything when I arrive early. I just don't like to arrive late.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
Hmm.
follow me. And he does the jolt again. He realizes, damn it. And just matches your pace and walks ahead.
Okay.
As we walk, I kind of want to glean how careful he is about his belongings and perception of his general area.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an insight check. As you're kind of studying his mannerisms.
Ooh. 13.
Not bad. You'd kind of watch him. He doesn't carry much on him right now. Kind of built
He's
for
got
like a
that
light load running.
gold.
But he does have the gold, yes. In the little bag. You see every now and then he just kind of reaches his hand around just to kind of pat it, just to make sure it's there still, but then forgets about it for the next few minutes and then occasionally just reaches
it's
back
me,
to it.
IRL. That's so sad. I feel his pain.
Okay.
He doesn't ever like looks around, never counts or anything like that. So, he starts heading kind of southward along the pathway. You see him kind of recounting his steps and kind of meandering down the pathway. It's almost like it's not cobbled, it's like a graveled path that kind of leads down a road. Most of it's kind of dirt, occasionally graveled, especially where it kind of leads off into small like farmland. But it is for the most part farmland around Herod, and a lot of kind of wheat is grown, a lot of food through bread. They also have a lot of kind of barley for making alcohol and whatnot. But it seems to be quite peaceful. The further you kind of go south, you occasionally come across some woodlands and walk past them. And he continues kind of guiding you southward. Is there anything you'd like to do before you like arrive at the crossroad?
What is the weather like now? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As it's summer, it's pretty warm down in Herod. It's kind of an unusual warmth in Herod, where it's it doesn't really match the kind of further northern weather. It should be colder than it is. It's almost got this kind of very summery kind of cool winds, but like a nice beating heat through the clouds whenever the sun kind of peers through. It's quite a cloudy day. You get hit by quite a strong heat. So it seems to be lovely weather.
Is it a dry day?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Does the foliage around seem like it has been dry for a little bit? Or is it just recently today? That's sort of more so.
I would say recently today. It's very green down in Herod. It feels like it rains quite often there.
Okay. Just making sure we can't accidentally start a grass fire.
Yeah, it seems to be quite green, quite healthy.
Beautiful.
Foliage. A lot of kind of
Derek.
patches of moisture as well, because it's near enough. It's quite near the fen, which is a swamp. Yes.
So how do you find jobs? You just know a lot of people. You said you worked with Little, Big, and Tiny only a few times.
Yeah, well, I know in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I won't give out all my secrets.
Sure.
But, let's just say that I keep my ear to the ground, and I'm open to suggestions all the time.
Huh.
I know people. I've been in the
Okay.
business now quite a long time.
Good to know.
Yep.
All right, let's get your friends.
Right. So, are we going with my strategy of threatening them?
Actually, no.
What? Well, the offer's on the table.
What else can we do other than offer the
I
ransom?
think we say hello. We hear you have our friends. We would like them back. What do we need to do here?
And they will say, pay the ransom.
And then we will see what happens.
Don't point to
And then they will
before we
have
speak
swords to their
them.
throats.
Although I do think, frankly, as we walk into this, we should establish who's going to do the talking and establish that you, Willoughby looks over at Derek, should do no talking until spoken to by one of us. No talking.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
If they don't like you, it's probably not a good idea to talk to them, right?
Well, they might not dislike me.
They're Derek neutral? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you know. I don't know if they hold grudges or not.
Uh-huh.
So,
What have you done that has made them maybe have a grudge against you?
well, I saw a rather big prize from their leading officials. I got wind of something that they were working on, and I sent some people to go in there a little quicker. Which really is just fair game at the end of the day.
It's pretty smart, but
Yes.
not so smart if they know it was you and then they hold the grudge.
Well, yes. It was a little obvious.
Oh.
Well, I let them know it was me.
You told them it was you.
Well, they asked.
You self-snitched.
You are in an information business. You snitched on yourself when they asked you, who was it that stole this out from under our nose? And you said, it was me.
He probably said it was not me, gulp.
No, it wasn't. It didn't go quite like that. You see the sun starting to setting in the distance as you're kind of closing in closer. He goes, what happened was, well, I heard wind of the job, and I didn't know whose it was, and I decided to send some of my people in there and grab it quickly, and then I was rather friendly with the odd jobs leader, and when I next met with them, I decided to boast a little bit about a job I just did, and it turns out it was them I stole from, so...
Who's the odd jobs leader? What are they like?
Nasty fellow.
But you were friendly.
Yes, but I'm friendly to most people I meet because most people can kill me. So, but he is a nasty fellow.
Like, he's mean? He
Yes.
doesn't like dogs? Like, how nasty?
Probably.
What is...
Well, probably all the worst things you could think of thrown into one. He's the kill
the
sort,
worst.
you know? One's a bigger organisation than me. I prefer to have small, selected teams. He's more of a buy up the worst of the worst, or the cheap sort of, deal maker. I prefer quality over quantity, so that's why you're here.
Okay.
You could say thank you. All right, well, we're almost...
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're almost there. So if you want to remove the old rope... or,
Why?
I just don't want
So
to
you
die.
can run?
If things go sour, yes. Also, it might not do great for appearances to look like I'm, like
But
your son.
Agree on that.
if they don't like you, go ahead, Willoughby.
If we're going to undo the rope, you're going to hand the ransom to us.
Absolutely, Derek.
Roll a persuasion check. You can have advantage. Because currently being demeaned.
Which one of us is rolling this?
Whoever you wish to have you to.
I don't want to. It's all you.
Okay. That's all right. This maybe 17.
17.
Nice.
As we're there, I'll give you the. I mean, you could have stolen it anyway, killed me anyway, so.
You're right.
Yep. Oh, I was aware. So, if that deal is to be made, then yes. I'll give you the ransom.
Hold on. Derek,
Yes.
if you, like my friend Willoughby just said, if you want the rope off, you will give us the ransom money irrespective of whether or not the deal goes through. We are not giving you the money when we know that you ran away last time.
All right, fair enough.
How about this?
Yes.
Give us the money, and then we'll think about taking the rope off.
Well, hold on, you're changing up the deal now. I'll give you the money, but you take the rope off. I can't walk over there in a rope. I'll look ridiculous.
I think they're more likely to want to listen to us. If we are embarrassing you, then they will like us because they don't like you.
I think, Derek, what I don't like about this, maybe
What?
my friends feel the same, is that as soon as we take that rope off, it sounds like you are going to run away.
No. I'm here to get my fellas back. I'm a
Are you? Because it doesn't seem like it.
very...
You were just a little bit cagey about keeping the money.
No. I wanted to keep the money so you wouldn't steal it.
Derek.
I am here because I'm loyal to my people. And he takes out the coins and he hands them over.
Okay.
To whom?
Who's the closest? I suppose
I
technically,
suppose Lena.
technically
tied to
Draven.
him.
Yeah, technically Draven.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He hands it to you, Draven.
How long is the length between Derek and Draven?
Say 5 feet. It's probably not very long.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm. It's not dragging across the ground.
No.
So, the rope.
I guess I don't care now.
I don't either. I think
Doesn't
Derek.
matter what happens now.
Yeah, I feel like if you want Spring to be mad at you, you will run, and if you don't, you will not run.
Right, exactly.
A bad look if our negotiator, Willoughby does that in quotes, runs off during the negotiations.
I'm gonna lean down to Derek and put my hand on his shoulder like a father to his son.
Oh.
Derek, it should be very clear that some people doubt your intentions. But if you mean what you said, you're here for your people. Prove them wrong, and I will help you. I undo the rope.
Wait, how did
I'm
you...
going to meander to Draven and check these bags for gold.
Yeah, you
Oh, that's fair.
look inside, you'd see each one of them is filled with 50 gold pieces.
Incredible.
All right.
Look, you see the kind of fire in the distance now of kind of where the crossroads is. Look, things are going to go fine. And you see him gulp.
You've
Right.
got to get that under control.
I look at Derek one more time. Remember what I said. If you stayed near me, you are safer. I won't let you die.
Okay. Let's go.
So, who here is actually going to do the talking today?
I'll talk.
Yeah.
I like
Draven.
talking.
Sounds
Go
good
ahead.
To me.
I have the
I'm gonna
money.
Cast, enhanced ability for charisma.
Hey,
Draven. Nice.
incredible.
And hand on shoulder, nod, guidance as well.
Okay.
I feel great.
I'm gonna start.
Those aren't
scanning.
both concentration,
yeah,
right?
you're right. I can't
Yeah.
do both. I forgot. Yep, just enhanced ability.
I'm gonna start scanning the area just to see if anybody's trying to get the drop on us, etc.
I'll go ahead and roll a perception check.
17.
As you kind of listen and look, And you're kind of closing in on the area. You can see where the pathway leads around the kind of small stone brick fence that's kind of designed to keep animals out and stuff. You do kind of pass out of the woodland area, but you don't see anyone hiding. You recognize that a lot of the bushes in this area as well have been kind of trampled and purposely cut, as if almost to suggest they were expecting the same kind of ambush, and they've kind of cut their way through. You start to see this this almost like caravan, wooden caravan wagon kind of thing out in the field as you're kind of crossing around the corner. And a fireplace quite close to it. As you're rounding the corner, I'll just change up the music a little bit. You see near the fire, kind of waiting around as the sun is now fading. You see one dwarf who's kind of stood there leaning on their weapon, an axe. You see a rat folk kind of talking to him and discussing. You see another one, a human in a hood, kind of waiting by the fire. And then leaning up against the caravan, you see about 11 foot tall, 12 foot. You see this broad, very strong, bald-headed, like ogre man. He's just kind of stood there looking around. And they're waiting. Are you walking down the main road to kind of get to them?
I feel like we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we come from somewhere else and they think that we're being sneaky, they'll be like,
Yeah, right.
As you kind of head down there, the bigger one goes, "Hey, boss," and nods. And you see the dwarf kind of stand and go. He's got black, long beard, kind of black parted hair down the back of his head. He's wearing kind of a softer kind of leather. They're all in kind of fighting gear, and they've all got weapons. You see the dwarf kind of step forward and wait as you kind of walk down the street. And they all kind of glare towards you all. And as you kind of close in, you see that there's a small stream, only like a few feet wide, that kind of blocks the pathway to both you guys and them. And a small hedgerow kind of nearby as well. Some planks being pulled across the stream, and they've parked this caravan in the middle of the field. They see you on the road.
And Derek said they were Messagaians, right?
The ones who are captive are Messagaian.
Yeah.
Okay, the captive ones are Messagaians. Okay.
These ones are kind of wearing fur and whatnot. The dwarf looks across all of you and says, "Aye. Good. So you came. You got a note then.
For the ransom, correct?
Aye.
Aye.
You want to give that one over?" And they point towards Derek. I'm actually letting him do the talking today.
Preferably not.
How much gold do you bring?
Didn't you ask for a specific number?
No.
How much would you like?
I tell you what. We'll do it for no gold if you give away that one. I'll give you back all three of your men for free. Derek kind of looks at
What did he do to harm you, if I may ask? Humor me. It gives me something to say to my employer if I go back without him.
Aye. That one there screwed over my boss. He stole about 400 gold's worth of materials. Well, actually, it was 550. But... What did he say?
He said he seems that he said he knows that he seems very shifty.
Aye, that one is shifty. I'm happy to give away these ones for free if you give me that one.
Can we see the individuals he's speaking of, or is he just gesturing towards the
He gestures towards the caravan behind.
Now, I'm no Derek, which means I'm no fool. Can you at least give us some proof of life?
Hey. Big guy. You see him go around. He pulls out a chain with a big key on it, kind of unhooks it, opens the door, and he grabs one of them and kind of lifts him out. And you'd see him kind of tied up around the mouth. You'd see this rather kind of good-looking guy's hair's, he's a bit beaten and a little bit bruised. His hair's kind of matted. He's wearing kind of very Meso guy and kind of almost toga-like outfit, but with like a cuirass, a little bit more kind of workman's. And he pulls down the little bandage around the mouth, and the guy goes, "Fuck me. Hello, everyone. Me and the lads are safe. How much are we worth?" He pulls the bandage back over. He kind of throws him back inside and slams the door shut and puts the key back in and comes around and then pulls it under his top and then hides it there and leans back against the caravan again, the big guy. You don't need to kill
Are we
them.
allowed? I don't think so. Are we allowed to have a moment to discuss? Originally, we came here to simply pay for them, but you gave us an ulterior option. We'd be remiss if we didn't actually consider it, you know?
I don't think we should. It's 150 gold, by the way.
Hey, Derek. I meant what I said earlier. So give us a chance to talk it through.
All right. Aye. Go and talk it through.
Gonna give us a little space to talk through what we are going to do next.
I'm keeping an eye on Derek as we speak.
He is sweating. It is a cold night and he's sweating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The
keep an
deal
eye
regarding
on
our favor has
others.
nothing to do with the ransom money. If we pay to release these people, it doesn't matter as long as the job is a success.
It's true.
Mhm.
Spring didn't care about the money, so we can
I
just
believe
say,
she said to try every other solution first, and this is technically another solution. And we may get some of the
If
ransom
they-
ourselves if we come back with it.
if they are a package, though, if he is the one that brought them to her, if we,
I have a
if we-
suspicion she doesn't like him herself, and that's why she sent him with us. It's clear he's not great at negotiating.
Don't care much about Derek myself, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'd still rather not send him to die, if we have the choice to not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach in my pocket. I'm gonna take out an old coin and just kind of twirl it between my fingers. I don't. Like Willoughby, I don't have a great love for Derek. Look at him. I don't dislike you either, Derek. I just don't know you. It's not personal. We just met.
Yep.
But I don't know. There's an easy solution to just give them the money. And they will be okay with that. And we take the 3 and Derek back. And Spring has all of her people and is out 150 gold. We can try.
And let us offer 100, because
To give
surely they
them-
will ask for more, and then we can settle on 150.
Then we give them Derek. And we risk Spring not being too happy.
It does sound like the riskier move.
Well,
And if we
Spring made a deal, and we are, as long as we do the gold, we are fulfilling our side of the deal, and that seems
Yes.
more to me than risking anything.
Yeah.
We are on an unfortunate time limit. While I can keep them alive for a long time back at the fort, it would be good if we found that milk sooner rather than later. I'd rather not.
Unless they ask for more money than we have.
Well, then we fight them. It is fine.
If they ask for more money than we have, it seems like fighting would be the best choice.
All right. I'm okay with this. I suggest just psychologically to offer 100 first and then settle on 150, but I'm
Makes
all right
sense.
with this.
Hey, Derek, that part would go easier if you didn't just yell how much gold you had. I shake my head.
Right. Well,
Hey, that's a top negotiating trip for you for free. That one is. Don't do that again.
Yep.
It's just wild because I told you not to talk.
I got worried
did
you were
it.
going to sell me out. But I agree that this is the best course of plan, that selling me out is a very bad idea.
Derek, do you have any gold on you right now?
Personal gold?
Yes.
4.
Did he gulp?
Inside.
You see him. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Oh, I'm insane too.
Nah, 11.
10. Fuck, I'm not in my.
He's just staring at you and he doesn't go.
All right, Derek. So I'm going to potentially make a mistake and trust that you're being honest with me about how much you have. Because my companions are incredibly kind. I may be the one who cares the most about keeping you alive. You truly only have 4 gold on your person. Or things worth 4 gold.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I don't think I can do what I was going to do to try to get you to live longer and not have to deal with them.
He gulps audibly.
How much more would
What
you
did you,
need?
What was your plan? Just to,
You need to make a down payment to them. Because, Derek, the sad truth is, the moment you're out of our vision, they're going to come after you unless they believe you're going to pay them for what they lost, in some sense.
I got 15 gold on me.
All right.
Hey, Derek. He just said that you bilked them out to 400 gold, and then you were like,
Oh.
it was 550. Yeah. Go with the 400. Don't. This is not who you want to brag to about.
I'm not paying them
right?
back the 400.
No, you're.
You rub, maybe not directly, but offer them a split of deals or something, Derek. They stole your people and kidnapped them once. They could do it again.
You're going to negotiate, Derek. Give them a reason to not come after you. Do you get it? Do you get what Raven's saying?
Yeah, no, I understand. It's just, does it make me look weak?
No,
It makes you look smart.
it
And
makes you
like
look.
you care about your people.
It makes you worth keeping around. If you can offer them dangerous jobs that they want to take and they make substantial amounts of gold from it, gold that you wouldn't send your people off to do, when it works, you now can double dip. They get their money back. And you, even if you took, let's say, if you took 20% of a deal that gave someone 600 gold, that's still a pretty penny for you, Derek.
It's true, but
Better
if I
than
took
the
50%
zero.
of that deal...
No.
50% means you'll probably only get an option once. You offer them 20%, all you have to do is send them off.
Counter offer, if you kill them all here, I don't have to pay.
That's
I
like
can pay you to do it.
If we killed them here, their boss would be pissed at us.
Derek, you're thinking very
What if I paid you though?
no, you're thinking too small.
You have 15 gold.
Hey, I'll put a down payment for now, the 15 gold, but in the future I'll have you a job and you'll get a much nicer cut. If you kill all
Why
of them now,
wouldn't you do that for them then? And then I don't Derek, do you get what Draven is
I understand.
proposing here?
This is a reputation business. I just don't want to look like
Right, but
in someone else's
I think what
pockets.
you're missing is the reputation that you have then grows, right? Because now you have all of these, you said, you have your ear to the ground. You know people, you hear things, right? You can find jobs. Now what you are doing is you are providing jobs to 2 different crews. You are
Right.
making more money, right? Now everybody knows Derek is the guy to go to for jobs.
It's about cultivating your brand.
You're actually going to grow, exactly.
Brand
Your
new.
reputation
You have
is
to dream
useless
big.
if you're dead.
All right. Okay. So,
We're offering the ransom eventually of 150, so you will eventually pay them 250.
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, maybe don't talk a lot. Let Raven talk, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have any gems or jewelry to pass over for the down payment? I would recommend that as well.
And pulls out this little ruby necklace. I like this.
Do you like your life more?
He looks at it. Yes. A little bit.
Think about it this
What's
way,
taking
Derek.
so long?
You
We're
can
trying to
get
get
another
you
necklace later.
we're trying to get you a deal that will make your boss happier than you all left them.
That's what I like to hear.
Draven.
Yes.
He takes off the necklace and takes out the 15 gold.
All right.
You recognize he's got 17 gold. And he kind of holds out his hand. Do I add it to them or do you? It might look stronger if you do it.
I'll do it because then it looks like you brought the right people to the job, Derek.
So I was thinking.
All right. I think we have a deal that might be hopefully even sweeter than you expected.
Hey, good. That's what I like to hear.
So right off the bat, those 3, 2, as you understand, our boss wants them back so that they can do some work.
Hey.
And between you and me, and I lean a little bit closer, you would have thought they would be worth more, but, well, you gotta look at them. They're mainly just pretty.
Hey.
Our boss was offering 100 gold pieces for them.
I thought the little one shouted 150.
Do they look like they can count properly? They told me they had 5 gold pieces and then showed me 7.
What a deception check.
Deal. Oh god, I feel every muscle
You have
in my
advantage
body.
You got advantage.
Because of Willoughby's.
2 10s.
Oof.
Yeah.
Kind of looks at you and he's... Hey, they do look a little stupid, but that one knows money.
That's true. Which is actually the second part of the deal. You saw how we had him take something off his neck.
Hey.
And this ruby necklace was important to him. But he realized something even more important. He realized his reputation, his life, means nothing if, well, people like you and your boss have an issue with that. So he wants to cut you a deal as part of this.
I'm listening.
That little one. Somehow, people just speak to him, tell him things. He finds things out. He gets information. Now, previously, he only gave him information to those 3. But he might have seen the error of his ways. Instead of trying to take more for himself. Reasonably, he makes more to gain if he gets a small bit and you lot get more. And between you and me, if he starts cutting a deal with you, that almost makes him obligated to give you more, because you're going to be way more efficient than anyone else. He thinks it's his idea. And that gives you the power.
Kind of looks past him, and you see him go, yep. Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Ew. That one I'm better at. I say now, but then I jinx myself. 25. Almost nat 20. One off.
Next passing you. You are right. That one does seem to get a lot more jobs than he makes out to be. You have yourself a deal. But what's to say that he doesn't do it? This could be our only chance of grabbing him before he disappears.
I'll tell you what is. Now that he publicly made a deal with you lot and us around, if he goes back on that, he has no reputation left. You could ruin him. And we could vouch for it.
Aye, if you give me a word you'd do that, then aye. I think my boss would look favorably on that deal. With the gold.
Of course. Gabe hates this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Draven puts his arm out for a clasp. Draven let him, son. And hopefully, if I'm vouching for this rat, well, let me tell you right now. And with a wide, toothy grin, if he goes back on it, I'll be back here myself.
Aye. He clasps your hand. Otto Dogtooth.
It's a pleasure, Otto.
Aye. Well, on behalf of the odd jobs, I accept that deal. You can have your men back. Hey, big guy.
And then I give him I gave him 100 gold, because that was the agreed amount.
Right.
Yep. And the necklace.
Yep. Oh, gladly.
And
then you
the
can
7
flaunt it
gold.
off of him.
You said he miscounted 7 gold. On that too.
Here's 10.
He takes the 110 and the necklace. He hands it over to the rat, and you see the kind of rat kind of puts it into like a little side of his jacket and kind of does it up. The big guy starts unhooking the door, pulls the door open, drags out one of them. You see the one that you saw, the kind of good-looking one. Light brown hair, clean shaven, in his kind of toga gown. Throws him to one side, leans in, pulls out another, and you see him kind of knock his head on the way out. And this one's about probably closer to like 8 foot tall. He kind of whacks his head. And goes, oh, kind of talking another thing. He pulls off the little kind of mouth guard, to keep him silent. And you see he's got the same brown hair, and he looks clean shaven. Same kind of appearance, broader jaw, broader features, much bigger, much more muscular. The first one's only about 4 foot tall, 4.5 feet. This guy, closer to 8 feet, throws him out and leans in and he grabs one with one hand, only about 2 foot tall. He pulls out another. Skinnier face, same brown hair though, same kind of jawline, but a little bit brought in. Same eye color. Throws them all together. They all look very similar. And then he slams the door shut, goes over, and cuts their ties. And you see the big one get up, kind of angry, but then little gets on and goes, no. Pay for the ransom, big guy. It's okay. All right. They pay for the ransom. You see the tiny one goes. You see the tiny one also has a much kind of bigger head, almost like a bulb in his kind of shape of his head. He goes, yes, I was almost out of my bones myself. And the three of them kind of walk closer over towards your group, a little bit bruised across the board. And you see Derek goes, little big tiny, said I'd come back for you, didn't I? Actually, you didn't. You didn't say a thing. Well, I thought about it, and I got the lads, and we'll talk about it on the road. Otto looks across and goes, we'll pack up shop. A pleasure doing business with you, Draven.
My pleasure. And Derek,
Yes.
where can these four, let's say in a week's time, where can they meet you to discuss business ventures? It seems only fair, doesn't it?
Come to my bookshop in Ferrisvella. I'll be back there after the festival.
Good.
Hey, we know what that is. Appreciate it, Draven.
I walk over to Otto. One last thing.
Aye?
He thinks he's only going to get 20%. If you tell him 30, he'll be mush in your hands. Because then he'll think that he's negotiating.
I like you, you're smart. Alright, I appreciate it.
Gladly.
And if you ever
I'll
want
walk
some
over to
work, your job's always looking to hire.
I might just take you up on that.
Be that you do. We'll be seeing you, Derek, soon. You see the two of the bigger guys are just kind of glaring at each other, kind of biting down the lips, and they start picking up the caravan. One of them sneaks off into the trees and pulls out their horses, and they kind of attach them to it, and they start making their way away, leaving their fire to burn down. The three kind of fold their arms and all just look, all kind of in unison, fold their arms and just stare down towards Derek. Or two of them stare down. One of them stares right up. That's... I ran to get help. Yeah.
Oh, this looks like quite the happy reunion. Yes, maybe we should not stick around the crossroads and head back.
Doesn't seem like any reason to stay here.
Yep, no reason at all. We all need a drink, don't we, lads? They both nod. And those three continue walking. And Derek's like, thank you, by the way, for the aid. And starts following them along the road leading back.
Hey, Derek.
Yes.
I toss him the 7 gold coins that were left over of his 17. I saved you some.
Thank you. Can't see him. Gonna save me a little bit more. But that's very kind of you. I appreciate the help.
You should offer to buy them around when we get back, yes?
They've been through a lot. I probably should worry them to... One of them turns around and goes, yeah, you should. Maybe a few rounds. Maybe the entire night of drinks. What you are, lads? He just glares up at you, Lena.
I shake my head.
And during the night, you just start kind of wandering back. You'd see, of the three, Little kind of pulls back to look at your group and... So who are you guys?
I'm Lena. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Little.
Eldred.
The one who spoke your Draven.
That's
And-
me.
Looks towards you, Willoughby. Right? And then he looks to Juno and goes, Juno. Well, I'm guessing you all to thank for the negotiations. We heard a little bit through the wooden walls, but appreciate it.
Yes.
We owe you one.
Do you also do odd jobs?
Oh, that's the name of that crew. We
Yeah.
do, we're professional thieves. For the
Oh.
most part.
It's easier to just say that, yes. Yeah.
Someone calling us something else?
No, I just mean odd jobs.
Oh,
Derek
right.
said they
Yeah.
did mischief. You can just say you steal things. It's fine.
I'm sure you're not the ones who would be turning us in. No, yeah, no, we're thieves. That's big over there. You see him just raise a hand. And that's
Hello.
tiny. See him kind of raise a hand as well.
Are you brothers?
Yeah. Are you siblings?
No. We're the same person.
You're the same
Yeah.
person.
I'm sorry.
I look
what?
at Willoughby with the most concerned look on my face. Like, can you explain this one to me too?
Well, let me take a look here.
How have you always been three separately but the same?
No.
Did something happen?
We were, we were rather talented as a one. One day we were playing a game of Skittles. Decided to, push the favour in our end. Cheated a little bit, and turns out the person we robbed had an affiliation with one Zeus. He thought it'd be a funny little joke to, as we were cheating during a split, to
split you.
he said I was too talkative, too strong, too smart for my own good. So
He broke you up.
broke us up.
How long ago was that? Have you?
Oh, I mean, I think it's been about 4 years, hasn't it been, lads? 4 years. 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. We were called Aristos
Interesting.
first, but it's easier to go by Little Big and Tiny so we don't all get confused. But yeah, the kind of is like having two brothers.
Does it get? Do you all have separate? Like you're totally separate. You have your own thoughts, your own. Yeah.
Thoughts cross over quite a bit. I seem to, intuition, if you will. But no, we're all individuals. Mostly stick together, though, don't we, lads? We like each other's company. Yep.
That makes sense.
And
Do
honestly,
you ever disagree?
looks at them, they look back. No,
It's pretty
honestly, most of the time, he's thinking what I'm thinking. And he doesn't think too much. The big one just kind of shrugs. If anything, he did us a favour. We're better now.
good.
Again, so if there's a favour that comes up, you need somewhere broken into or anything like that, you just let us know.
We'll keep you in mind. Are you just traveling around? You came to Heret for the festival?
No, we came down here for some jobs.
That makes sense.
We heard about an inheritance. Turns out there was none. They were waiting for us in there and kind of, jumped us. But we were doing some work with, Derek was working with Spring. They don't get on too well. And
Derek and Spring don't get on?
Derek and Spring don't get along too well, huh?
mostly, yeah, she doesn't really like his company too much, but we did make an agreement as a kind of a introductory fee that she needed some people for a job, so introduced us to her.
I think that's why she sent him.
Yeah. Well,
I hope she's okay with getting rid of the 100 gold.
I hate ulterior motives. People should just say what they want.
Yeah, I mean, we could have totally gotten rid of him if...
She literally would have said, I want to get rid of Derek. I wouldn't have been so nice to him.
Truly.
He just goes, I can still hear you. And-
It doesn't matter anymore.
All right.
We are not secretive. We tell you
also,
exactly what we're
Derek,
thinking.
you would have, yeah, you would do the same. It's fine. It's okay. It's easier, like Raven said, right? It's easier if we all just know that.
All right, well, good to know.
Look, Derek, the fact that we don't lie means the things that we say, we mean.
Yeah.
You're here.
Good.
You're alive. You now have an opportunity for more business, and the people that probably wanted you dead or to torture you now actively want to do business with you again.
That's true, but if I left the boys there to die, I probably wouldn't be in debt anymore. They would just kind of look
And
glaring.
everyone would
But
know.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, lads.
You also would have a reputation of leaving the people you hired to die.
Die. How many more people would want to work with you if they knew that?
Good point. Fair point.
Yeah.
He walks a little bit further ahead.
Punches little gnome face. The Draven does say this under his mouth, under his breath.
Yeah. You see his kind of tiny gets picked up onto big shoulders and kind of walks the rest of the way home like that. But they start heading back down up the road. Takes a good few hours or so. It's a little bit kind of like you have a lot more downhill kind of pathways, kind of more north you go here. And you find yourselves kind of coming in reach of the great mead halls in the distance. And you're back in the farmlands and the easy roads leading you back towards the area. If there's anything you want to do on the road, just let me know. Little the whole time, just kind of telling you about different kind of places in the region that are known to have a bit more coin. He kind of mentions Spheris Vela as being kind of a bit of the city of crime, essentially, or where a lot of jobs can happen, as a lot of money comes through there nowadays. But as you're kind of like heading up towards the meat hall, he looks towards you and says, well, if we don't see you, we're probably going to head out before the festival's ending, but
We would love to bring you to Spring.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, that seems
She
fair.
arranged
Just to wrap
all of
this up.
this. Yes.
Absolutely. That seems fair.
Okay.
All right. They head up into the meat hall with you. Passing through, going towards the hall.
As we're
of Spoken
walking-
Wine. Yep.
I do want to ask a little something. Little.
Yes.
You were here before the festival started?
We arrived 2 days
Looking for
before.
that? 2 days before. Did you what did you do while you were as they were preparing everything? You were just looking around? Did you
We scouted the area. For the most part, though, we kind of played a little bit of protection role towards Mr. Derek over there. Didn't really get a
You said
chance
you
to-
arrived. You arrived 2 days before the festival.
That's right.
Do you know who was making the drink that was prepared for Thor?
did you notice any? Were you in the hall at all? Did you hear anything
Yeah, we
about
were
those
invited in.
preparations?
No, only the higher ups were in there. No one was allowed in
Right.
there specifically. Well,
There
you
we
know,
go.
The higher ups.
the trust the king's people and whatnot. We couldn't even go in the king's hall.
Huh,
Only his
okay.
guards and his trusted advisors and all that.
Did you all hear anything? I don't know, little gossip or people talking about which gods were going to arrive? What did
Nothing came to us about that. To be honest, we didn't
okay.
care.
Have you heard of anyone stealing, what is it called? The poison.
Aether drop.
Aether drop.
Don't even know what that is.
It's better that way, never mind.
Right, yeah, the less we know. Well, yeah, no, for the most part, we were just hoping it might be someone like Athena. Or a
Are you
local...
shocked that Ares didn't show up?
Oh, so it was Ares.
Mm.
Oh, that's right, because you've been stuck.
Yeah.
Was Air?
He didn't
well,
show.
he didn't.
I give him the feel from Ares, and I describe the person that was dead to see if they recognize who that was.
I look down and go. No, but it sounds like they're from Kanos. That's an Ares. Ares.
Juno knew that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she would.
Ares has an affinity to Kanos and Athena to Athra. Between us, as I think we're far enough away they can't hear, but we much prefer Athena. Yeah, we sometimes get into some fighting with us, but Hermes is our god. Always has been.
Oh, I've heard of Hermes. Speedy.
Yep, speedy, quick fingers, quick thinker, smart. But we like Athena. We were hoping she would turn up. But we didn't really mind either way. What about on the other side?
Well, it was going to be Thor, and he sent his daughter instead. And that didn't go so well. Her paramour, her partner, but he's dead. Maybe Grendel came. It was a whole thing. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I don't know what that is, but sounds like
It's a good thing you weren't there. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek.
Yes.
Hey.
Hello.
Did you hear anything about folks talking about maybe what gods they thought would be in attendance, or did you happen?
Of course.
Yeah. What were folks thinking?
Well, they knew Thor was coming.
People knew Thor was coming.
Yes. At least the advisor, the ugly fellow, the one that he's always a little bit rat-like.
Oh, really? He said, how do you know he knew Thor was coming?
Keep my ear to the ground. I listened in from under a table.
You listened in from under a table. What do you... Derek.
I like this new honesty from him. This is Gabe.
What else did you hear about the preparations leading up to the festival? Were you able to get into the King's Hall at all during the preparations?
No. I didn't get into the King's Hall, but I passed a skinny fellow talking to a good-looking kind of shifty fellow, dark hair. And it was all about Thor.
Talking to who? A good-looking fellow?
He's a good-looking guy, but he had dark, longer hair. He was kind of wearing a dark leather clothing. He was a little bit palish in complexion, but he was from around here, or not Hera area. But yeah, I just assumed it was one of the King's people.
Interesting. Okay. You didn't happen to hear anything about the actual preparations that were being made, like drinks for the gods and things like that?
Oh, no. I stayed very clear from that hall because, quite frankly, I'm a big fan of the gods. I didn't want to accidentally offend any.
That was probably for the best for you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. You kind of head over into the Hall of Spoken Coin, walk towards the back of the room, they let you through. And you see a lot of people kind of get up and start going, "Oh, Lil, good to see you." Hello, everyone. Yeah, good to be back. Lil, good. You see them kind of try and grab Big to kind of get him some drinks. He's like, "No, it's got to go with them." All right. No. And no one greets Derek. He walks straight over towards the room where Spring is, and they kind of let you guys through, passing into kind of the back room. You'd see behind the table once more, as you're all kind of scuffling into the room, Tongue sits there. He leans up, pulls the door down, and you hear the Ratatosk come through. And she's kind of counting little, she's got like a scroll that she's pulled out, and she's counting it. And she rolls it down, throws it down to Tongues, who doesn't even look, catches it, and pops it back down into her satchel. And she leaps down to the table.
Smooth.
And walks along, folds her arms behind her back, the Ratatosk, and she smiles and goes, "Good. Little, big, tiny." Hello, Spring. Good to see you. Good to see you back. Well, thank you for that. And she looks and just sees Derek. You didn't take me to. Did you? You left him behind. No, I went.
Ring, I assume you spoke to Otto, made a deal with Otto, offering Derek, and then a free deal of returning the people. Am I correct?
She looks at Uli and... Yeah, is he correct? No. Actually, no. I wanted to send a small amount that would be offensive so that they might only demand him, and then you give him away, and then I get my people back, and... There's no middle management.
So what you're saying is you underestimated us intentionally.
I did. Did you give away all the gold?
Does that matter? It was a little amount, right?
It was. But if you didn't, keep the rest.
How kind.
Unfortunately, you're impressive in the wrong kind of way.
Never heard that before.
So you got them all back. Good. Little Big Tiny, I'll speak to you afterwards. With the manager. Yes. With the manager. Derek, you can go and wait outside. She smiles over to Little Big Tiny. Nod the heads. Tiny kind of puts his hand up and just clasps Draven up on the shoulders. Thanks again for the smooth talking, mate. And I kind of head out. Derek walks down and goes, yep. And thank you to me as well. And they close the door behind.
You could have just said.
If you had said you wanted to get rid of him, that would have made this all a lot easier.
Oh, no, I do not put out hitmen. I just let the scenario play out as it would. Sorry for the deception. I wanted to see what kind of people you were. It's very successful.
We try to avoid any loss of life we can.
Now, about the Auroch. I believe you owe us a favor.
Yes. Well, if that is the favor you're calling in, am I right? Then,
Please.
yes. There is a village not too far from here, in the west, in Herod, that happens to have 2 bone-shelled Auroch. The reality is that it is not, how do you say, the milk they produce is not very tasty, and it's mostly used as a cosmetic. So they do not get much money from it, outside the people who are willing to pay a ludicrous amount. So, you'll find them if you head west, past by the farmlands until you get further and further in, closer to the mountainside. You'll come across a small little hamlet there, and you'll see your bone Auroch. You should be able to get it there. It is only 2 hours away.
All right.
Well,
You said that the milk we could expect to cost how much?
If you are to buy it, I believe he sells the glass for 80 gold. A horn of it, 250 gold, they're probably talking. Mostly because rich people are looking to pay large amounts for something they think is healthy and medicinal. But the reality is that it only really cures the ether drop. The creature was practically made for it. But people believe that something that is able to cure the greatest poison might also cure other ailments. It does not. But I leave it up to you. Perhaps there are other ways to get it.
Perhaps.
Yes.
The farmer's name is
Yes.
Chestir.
How do you spell it?
Chestir. And you'll find the hamlet is named Anstil.
Okay.
Well, that is very helpful, so thank you.
Of course. Any other favors not done?
Not
We're going
yet.
to take care
is
of it
not.
separately.
This
Very
one
well.
was a bit more time sensitive to us.
Yes. I understand.
And,
And I thank you for getting them back.
they seem very nice and useful.
Extremely useful. It is hard to find good work around here.
It seems like it.
Yes.
Okay. We will be back when we have news on the other one.
Good. I'm happy to hear this.
Thank you.
If you need anything, let me know.
Why do you have a disdain for Derek?
Well,
Aside.
why would anyone?
I mean, he may be brash and foolish, but Spring was willing to sacrifice him. There has to be something.
I want
You
his
don't
3
seem
men.
so petty.
They are loyal. They've signed deals with him. If he was to be dead, then their contracts would be open to purchase. It isn't less so that I do not like Derek. Not one bit. But it is more so that I like his clientele.
So you're a poacher.
I am whatever you want to call me.
Hmm.
I call myself an opportunist.
Good to see.
All right.
Tongues, hand them over an extra 50 gold.
Thank you.
It is
Very
more
kind.
impressive that you managed to convince the odd jobs not to kill him. See, Tongues brings out
They may end up doing so eventually. We'll see.
Hmm.
Hopefully not.
Well, or maybe hopefully for you, hopefully not for him.
Yes,
But now they know where to find him, if that gives you any comfort.
it does. It warms my nest. So,
All right.
enjoy your gold, and I'll have more work for you soon, I'm sure. That second favor, though, is more important to us, I think. More important to
Okay.
my client.
Noted.
All right.
We'll head
Well.
out with our extra 50 gold.
You see her just kind of reach down into Tongues' pocket and brings out the scroll again, and hops up into the hatch and walks into the darkness of it, leaving you to go on.
Well,
Do you think for the milk we would need a horn or just a glass?
Just wondering that.
I would any kind of medical thing tell us that.
Would Juno know? Because she knew that Iter drop was like a thing.
Yeah, I will find her sheet and I will roll on her behalf. Actually, I'll let her give one of you advantage. That'd be an easy way to do it, so she can help with the
If we're
information.
trying to channel, if we're trying to figure out something that important, I'm going to Dragon Constellation.
Okay.
Try to figure this out. Try to channel my knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, wait. If they're giving me, yeah. Okay, so I have advantage. I can't roll lower than a 10.
Go for it.
Medicine.
Medicine.
22.
Hey.
Nice.
It is safe to say that more is better. Especially as she's been flushing this out of her system for the last few days. It will be a case of when I roll, the more that she's consumed, the more likely that she is to be saved. So,
We do probably have enough for a horn because of the gems that are on her person. If we use
True.
those to save
I
her,
doubt she would
If
be
we-
sad, right, that they are gone if she is alive.
There's also
This
an
is
argument to be
true.
made that if we explain to the farmer that their generous donation of milk could save a demigod, they may simply give it to us for free.
Also, if you were in charge of Heret and a demigod was poisoned in your house, would you not want to do whatever it takes and pay whatever it takes to...
We could
I
ask.
was going to recommend we speak to the king.
yeah, smart. Very smart.
And then we could also try to convince the farmer.
Exactly.
Very smart.
And maybe just keep the jewels quiet.
Very smart.
Yes.
She's been out a long time. Loads of people could have gone in that room. Anyone could have taken it.
it's
Okay, we're not going to just steal from Thor's daughter. It was more to just get. Look.
I believe we already
Okay.
did. I believe that bridge has already been crossed.
Yeah.
And I believe it wasn't any of us.
Are you? I'm sorry. You're just.
I wasn't
holding.
going to keep them.
You're just. You're
Yeah,
bargaining.
that weird little like rat man was in there with her. You would have been like, "Oh, look, little James," and then run away. And, like, now I
He
know
would
he
have
didn't take
done
them.
this with them too. You're right.
Exactly.
He is that man that would do this with everything. Ugh,
I feel like you took those gems long before you knew about the rat man.
You can't prove that. You can't prove that. You can't prove that. I don't remember what had happened. Look, I would.
It's safe to say there was going to be a rat man somewhere. He was forward thinking.
There's a lot that has happened with Thrud that I did not expect to end up this way. You didn't expect this when I went to go see her that night. So
Or the booty call.
yes.
It's okay. Huh. All right.
Where are you heading?
To the king.
Is it like? Did we just stay up all day and night? Like, should we
Yeah,
get
how
some
late
rest
is
and
it
then-
now?
It's probably like.
Hey, is the king awake?
Yeah,
it's like
close
2
to
a.m.
midnight. It's probably close to midnight because you guys have traveled.
So
half a day down.
I guess morning situation.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay. Did you want to rest up and then go there in the morning?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, you'd be able to find rooms like before. Rest up. You'd hear the next day of the festival is ongoing. This one kind of has more in the way of kind of gambling. People are heavier gambling today. Lots of people heading to that hall, but you head over towards the King's Hall. You'd go inside of there and you'd see, as he's kind of addressing and talking to various people, who are kind of his almost daily activity of morning activity of kind of addressing to various farmers or people living in Herod and granting them things they wish or you know, any kind of judgment over things. And you hear as he kind of finish off one procession of it. And so, the goat belongs to him. So I've said. You see two of them kind of nod. And one person kind of glares at the other and goes, "That's my goat still." And they turn, they kind of walk and head out of the hall, leave you to kind of wander in. The king has his glass kind of poured into. He looks across. Takes a drop of it and looks across to you all. "Ah. The Gremlin Slayers. Come back already.
Hello.
What can this humble king do for you?"
We have news.
Some very important and possibly expensive news.
Is that right?
Yes.
We've found the nearest source of the cure for the poison killing Thrud.
Who all standing around right now?
Just guards. There's no one really of
The advisor's not around.
Advisor's not here right now.
Out of the guards, can you refresh our memory on what their outfits look like?
Yeah, they're wearing kind of leather gear, some studded leather. Kind of
Is it dark?
probably
Wait,
like
is
a
it dark
deep
enough
green.
that like we would be like, oh, dark hair, dark leathers, just like I saw. You know what I mean?
I mean, the leather's
is
just
that
brown.
pinging anything?
And
Yeah.
And they've kind of got like a forest green kind of attire through it.
Okay.
They're all in uniform.
Yeah.
But the advisor isn't anywhere to be seen.
There's nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
How close?
It's only 2 hours away, unfortunately. The cost of the cure is a milk from an auroch, special kind of auroch, nearby. Very expensive, and unfortunately we here have no funds, at least not to buy the amount that we would require to reliably cure them.
You have come to me to ask for gold.
If you wish to contribute to saving the demigod who is poisoned under your roof, then yes.
Roll a persuasion check. Let's say Eldrith.
Great.
Come on, girl. I believe in you.
18?
Nice.
would be
Not
wrong of me not to do so. 250 gold.
Yes.
That should be enough.
It will be done.
Sorry, my Discord cut out. How much did he say?
250.
50.
250?
250.
I can have that brought to you
Sooner the better.
immediately.
We can go right now.
Smiles, kind of steps down the stairs, walks over to one of the guards.
Could you please go and fetch?
And he thinks for a moment.
Yes. Go and fetch my advisor.
He nods his head and slips out of the room. He folds his arms behind his back and kind of looks across all of you.
Enjoying the festival.
It
If
was
I
not
may.
what I expected.
If I may, my liege, this is a strange ask. Will you tell your advisor something else for what the funds are for? We have concerns someone is watching them.
Roll a deception check.
Yo. I don't trust that weird ass man.
No, neither do I.
So
I
technically,
mean, yeah, are you telling the truth right now, Draven?
I mean,
It's like half and half
yeah,
because
half-
like
I'll let you pick between them because it's kind of a half lie. Because you're using
I'll go-
every good lie has an element of truth to it.
yeah, I'm gonna lean persuasion because Draven doesn't entirely believe that the advisor is the problem, but if someone is watching the advisor,
That's fair. Yep. Okay. Persuasion.
that's a 17.
Hey.
Very well.
Thank you.
Soon after, Dwal enters into the room. Comes in.
You're called for me, my king.
Or could you make sure that they get 250 gold?
What is this for, my king?
It is for payment to the grinding killers. They managed to slay many. We shall pay for each of their heads.
That is a large sum of gold, then, my liege. Perhaps,
I've said it already. I'm a man of my word.
of course. Of course.
He looks across all of you and kind of narrows his eyes.
Good. You did kill many.
Kind of slips out
Sweet.
and heads away. The king just takes a big gulp from his drink and looks across all of you.
He's aight. He's aight.
It is close, so it should not take too long. And we
And
will
what
be
if
back.
she wakes and blames our whore and kills everyone in sight?
Well,
Do
the
you
same would
know-
happen when Thor finds out and kills everyone here anyways.
Do you have any idea who could have done this? Who would have had access? Who knew who was coming?
Only people I know had access into this hole.
Do you have anyone who would like to see Herod suffer? To have you suffer?
Herod suffered,
Like-
no.
If they were trying to pin the blame on you?
You think someone
Maybe?
tried to make it look like I did it?
Not that you did it personally, but like you say, like Willoughby says, if Thor found out that she died here, he will be quite angry. If he had had the drink, if Eris had had it, right? Like, Herod's name would not be good. It might not be that at all. It might just be someone who was out to poison a god.
Yes.
I doubt she will wake, but on the small chance she does, I may know something you can at least say to garner you temporary faith.
What is that?
When she fell ill, we made sure to remove the one blade of silver that could pierce her skin. She should understand what that means.
Very well.
Moments later, guards come in, and they've got a series of gold pieces. They bring in kind of a large sack of them, lie it down the table, kind of untie it, open it for you to see, and tie it back up, and hand it across to you.
Very gracious.
Good.
We appreciate it.
I do as well. Thank you for pursuing this.
He walks back
Of
up
course.
and sits down in his chair. Kind of slumps in it a little bit deeper now, contemplating, stirring his drink. A little bit worried kind of comes over him. But you have your gold.
Shall we?
Hey, let's go. Everything is going all right so far. I don't want to jinx
Shall
nothing.
Yeah, right. Now you
Let's
just
keep
mixed it.
rolling.
Okay. Yeah. Pushing. Yep.
Question.
Mhm.
Just to refresh my own memory. Prince had red hair?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
You head out from the hallway, go back out into the wild, and head westward towards Astor. Again, it only takes an hour or two to get there, so you arrive fairly quickly. And you would see kind of as you like pass by the various farmlands of people with goats, some kind of larger cattle. Astor kind of located closer to underneath the mountains. You kind of go past a few woodlands and then arrive. And almost immediately you can see it's got stone fencing quite high up. So the taller among you would see over it. And it wraps around this small field. And instead of your usual green grass that would be kind of like bedded across the ground, it is mostly dirt. And you can see as they're kind of throwing various portions of meat, and then you can see carcasses that have been leaning around. You realize these creatures are carnivores. A small kind of house and kind of cottage lies at the foot of it, but it's a well-protected kind of little bit of farmland. And it's got like a little porch and stairs coming down. It's an old crookedy kind of cottage. A small barn is located around the back of it as well for the aurochs. And you can see nibbling at various bones of the carcasses kind of thrown in there. These large cattle, which have, and they are broad. They're a good like maybe 9 feet high and a good like 7 or 8 feet long. They are quite hulky, kind of bulking creatures. And it looks like their flesh is guarded by almost like an extra rib cage on the outside that wraps around them. It looks like they've almost got like a chitinous shell, but it's made of pure bone. And it wraps around in kind of rings, defending them against any kind of harder attacks. Their jaws themselves look like they're wearing kind of a skull. You can see their eyes underneath kind of hollowed areas and kind of tusks that come out at the bottom. And their mouths are the only bit that's kind of exposed with kind of flesh there as they lean down and kind of crunch down some bones. You see exactly what you need, the aurochs. What would you like to do?
What is between us and the aurochs?
So you've got the road. You could go straight into the aurochs field. Technically, they haven't got any public access. You could climb over the stone fence, though. But you have the cottage there, and he's got the land wrapped around with a fence where he gets access to them. You see the only fence kind of inwards, if you're like peering over the wall, comes from the back of his garden.
Are we sneaking in? Are we sneaking in to milk it, or are we trying to
If we want to sneak, we could try it and save ourselves some money, but I'm also not very keen on watching all of you get devoured by carnivorous aurochs. I'd
That's
like to be
true.
fine, but the rest of you would be ripped to shreds.
Do feel. I feel like we should just ask the farmer, not sneak.
Yeah.
We got the gold for this reason.
We have
Right,
the
like,
gold.
we have it. It is
We're
legitimate.
taking pointless risks if we try to sneak
Exactly.
in.
I don't
We
want
might
to
get a
just.
discount.
This is a legitimate ask. We don't need to sneak.
We can still
We
pitch
will
the whole
appeal to his
saving a
best
god
interests.
angle too.
Or we could have been sent directly from Thor to receive it from him. But that requires lying, and I feel like we're not as good at lying.
No.
It's more risky.
I am
Try
very
not to
bad
lie.
at that.
All the time, I don't like to lie.
I don't like talking to people.
Like to lie.
What?
That was a lie.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I was making a quiet joke.
Scared.
No, it's fine. Anyway, we shouldn't lie. We can just say the truth. It is fine. We don't need to.
We need the milk of the Aurochs to save Tor's daughter because she's dying. Would you be willing to give us a discount? Something like that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Or also like, hello, we would like to tell you about Thor. Have you heard about him? And then, he's nice. He would be super happy if you helped his daughter. Also, she would be super happy. There's no downside for the farmer, right?
No.
250 gold.
Unless they
Also,
want...
The king likes you. The gods like you. You're living the high life.
Unless they want her dead.
Oh shit, what if he's in on it?
They may not be super keen to give away this milk on a discount, given looking at those things. They don't look very easy to milk.
I mean, he's going to be fine, right? Like, he knows them well. I think this will be fine. And if it's not, we'll just be extra persuasive.
It doesn't.
I'm pretty sure he's always
Think about it
there.
this way, right? Don't you want to do a favor for the person in charge of where you live? And then they're like, oh shit, remember that farmer? He was so great to us. Right?
Let's
good
get
to
over
do
there.
favors.
Get this started.
We can say we were sent by the king. That is true.
We can and should. Let's
Not even a
go.
lie.
Yes.
Okay.
He starts ushering everyone towards the farmer.
Yeah, you go over
Besides,
towards
I believe
He's
they...
like twitched his curtain out and is just like,
No,
fuck
he's
is
not on the
going
door. You would close in kind of on the cottage. He's got an old crickety door. It seems to be an older cottage. Yeah, you knocking?
Pretty sure they're upselling it anyways for prissy people who want cosmetics that don't really do anything. So I don't think it actually is worth 250 gold
You hear
without poison.
You hear, who's there?
Hello?
You hear rustling comes to the door, and then the door opens up just enough for a head, and you see this kind of elderly man, wispy kind of white beard, his hair kind of coming down his face, very skinny and scrawny. What do you want?
We're emissaries of King Hrothgar.
So?
Well, that didn't work.
We're here to buy some milk for the king.
Oleg's milk.
You can't afford it. He goes to close the door.
Now, hold on.
This is not for a facial.
Joe, you're making it real hard not to be the villain campaign.
Oh, so hard. It's so hard all the time.
He opens up the door.
What's his name? Chestier?
Yes.
Yes? Hi. I'm Lena. It's good to meet you. You seem skeptical.
No. Impatient.
Impatient. Okay, I'm so sorry. I won't take up too much of your time. We would like some milk. We were sent by the king, as my friend here said. So what do we need to do to make this happen?
How much gold did he bring?
Why does no one ever just give a price? Everyone says, how much do you have?
250.
So I'll give you a horn of milk.
Yes, please.
Where's the gold?
Would you perchance give a discount if this is to earn you the favor of Tor?
Thor can suffer in Helheim for all I care.
Honestly,
Fuck
we
out of me.
agree.
Fuck
All
Thor!
right.
Yes, fuck Tor!
Jester, I like you a lot.
So
We agree.
You left me in this dome. Do you think I want to do this my entire life?
You see as he kind of just like opens the door now as he kind of goes into like a rant.
I have to spend all my days getting paid irregularly to milk these dangerous beings, just so in one day he might get poisoned. Well, I've had enough of it. If this helps Thor, then I won't do it. Let him smite me.
Don't worry, he's not involved.
He has no idea. Can we please make this exchange?
Do
We
you
were
know how
hoping
many
to.
years I have spent milk?
Who asked my guy? Just exchange
I
the
don't
product.
like him either. I will be honest with you. He's shit.
Shit.
My friend said that if Thor was on the ground, he'd kick sand in his face, and I would as well.
Not just sand, but anything I can
Yeah,
kick.
like a pebble, a rock, a whole boulder I would kick in his face.
Yes.
I agree.
A horn. Good horn.
And he closes the door on you. And you're going to hear him like ruffling and kind of rustling inside. Something's kind of collapsing. And you hear the back door open. And the fence kind of open. As you peek over the wall, you'd see he's now wearing a bone outfit.
Oh no.
And he has to kind of, he walks in kind of like a waddled way like this. And you see the oracle lift his finger going,
Do you think it's like a beekeeper outfit, but bone?
and it continues to kind of munch and it. He walks through and he's walking kind of slow, big steps. And he's carrying a bucket at the same time. You see him kind of go up there. And he steps underneath. And then moves quickly to the side. Kind of a quicker reflex than you'd expect from an older man. As a leg kicks back. And he mimics the sound going. And it looks like. And then you see him kind of pull back this kind of plate. And then squeeze this udder. And you just see this thick, almost like
I'm out.
brown milk comes out. And it feels, and it's kind of the texture more like porridge. And it squirts into this, and he fills it just enough, and he goes,
Lena throws up.
pulls the bucket back, and then does the steps back.
My God, he has to pretend to be a baby.
We almost did that ourselves. We almost
I
did that
didn't.
ourselves.
I said I was not going to milk it.
I would have done
we
it.
suggested possibly sneaking in there and doing it ourselves.
I still kind of want to
Covering
do
all
it.
our options.
Moments later, you see him kind of come to the front door, and he's no longer wearing that kind of helmet mask, and he's filled a horn with it, and it's got like a little cap on the end. The horn where he's going to seal it on. He hands it across.
There's your milk.
I do appreciate it, Chester. Thank you.
Mm.
Do you not? If you don't like this, can you not take the money and retire? Like go somewhere else?
It's the only money I earn. This will pay for the next few years.
Good luck.
Ah.
Thank you.
He slams the door.
No. Okay, well, he doesn't like Tor, but why wouldn't he want him indebted or something? I don't. These motives of these people are so strange.
Best not to think about it too much. You'll hurt
It's
yourself.
because they are not good at forward thinking, I think, right? You can hate someone, and then if they are in debt to you, they owe you. So you hate them, and you have something on them. That's okay. You still hate them. Just fine.
You two need to learn how to not talk about everything that you hate right off the bat.
I didn't say anything.
You mentioned whore, and then he was like, fuck him.
Don't look at me.
This
Looks at
was a
Eldred.
strategy we had discussed before. I didn't know we were just going to skip over it and just pay the money.
It's fine anyway. We have it. It's
Yeah, we did it.
Okay,
We got it.
well, I call it mission accomplished. Let's get the hell
Yeah.
out of here.
I'm not carrying it. I think it's pretty gross.
Willoughby will take it.
Is your plan to go straight to Thrud?
I think we
I think
should.
so.
Because when Joe asked me that question, it fears.
Well, I'm just asking because we've technically reached time. If you want to take an extra few minutes, then you can head straight to Thrud.
Okay.
Let's get this over with.
do that.
Yep.
Hey, what do we do? Do we just pour it in her mouth? Do we need to make anything of it? We just.
I was planning on crossing that bridge when I get there. I think we
Okay.
just feed it to her. But if
Yeah,
anyone
wing
has
it.
any-
I like
if
it,
anyone wants to
Willoughby.
make peace with anything that they've been kind of thinking about for a while, this may be our last moments.
No, but I think I'm going to make sure the door is wide open and, escape
Try
route
out an
ready.
escape route. Yes,
Yeah.
that's smart.
I went to Thrud's room because I tried to make a deal with her involving the gods, and then I found that she was poisoned.
Oh,
All
what
right,
kind
well,
of deal?
what?
I didn't get that far because then she fell over it.
Wait,
Mm.
you didn't get that far? Like, you didn't get to ask her and you already knew the deal? Or you just were like, I'll make any deal? Oh, I don't know what to ask for now?
I kind of wanted to see what my options were. And then she was like, oh, my father.
Why? I get it, but why Thrud? They're like... They don't really seem like the best one to be making deals with across the board.
She was recently widowed, so
Booty
Very
call,
recently.
Yeah. Booty call.
We don't even know if that's for sure.
I hope so, because he was poisoned. And if he's not dead, then he's also...
I just be
We can
be
talk about this
careful
later.
about deals with the gods.
I just wanted to
be careful.
be honest.
I respect you getting it out there. That means a
Yeah.
lot.
All
Pour
right,
this
we'll
milk
help
down her
her.
gullet.
Even though it's fine, we'll help her. It's okay.
You've
You
arrived
don't
back.
all have to be in the room if you don't want to be in the
No, I want
blast
to be there in
zone.
case it doesn't work.
Ah,
Did you put the
As we
hand back
walk
on the door?
up,
Yep, sorry, you go, Eldred.
as we walk up, I'm going to cast false life on myself.
No.
I feel is life. And my veins very quickly just like whoosh, wash black and then back to normal.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure we did, Joe.
Okay, then go ahead and do your athletics check to knock open the door.
Oh, crap. I should have lied.
I get
No.
8 temporary hit points.
I remember I remended the door.
It's a 22.
You know exactly where to kick it. You know exactly where you left it. You knock over.
Oh,
Boom. It slams in, making another hole in the ground. But
Hell yeah.
you come in to see Thrud where she is, looking a little paler. Another day has passed, so the poison is spread a little further up. Her cheeks have started to get the cracked lines.
well, let's see what we have to do here. Willoughby is gonna start glowing, going into constellation mode
No,
for this one.
I'll try to lift her up and help Willoughby to angle her so she doesn't basically choke while we're trying to make her
I'll do
drink.
that thing that nurses do when they come into your hospital room and just be like, hello, Thrud, we're here to say hello. You know, they say your name really loudly. You're like, It's my contribution.
Yeah, I'm assuming that because they're completely unconscious and have been for multiple days, simply feeding them this horrible porridge is probably more difficult than just being like, all right.
Did the
Cap the end of the horn.
Go ahead and roll
Did-
a medicine check with advantage because Juno would help you, Willoughby. Did what? Sorry, Eldred.
Okay.
did the cure
22.
poem say that one's own horn must be filled with milk, or is that just flowery language?
Own horn as in an orc's horn, which you do have. That's what the guy said.
Okay.
Oh, so we needed an Oryx horn.
Ah.
We gotta pay more attention to this terminology.
You work out with a medicine check. This is a kind of a prophecy or fable around Thor. It probably involves just straight up drinking. So.
That's fair.
Down the hatch.
Okay, you're gonna pour it in?
Yeah, he's gonna be like half not looking because it is disgusting. This horrible thing.
What's it smell like?
I don't know.
You lean it across. It smells rancid. It smells like kind of old milk that's been kind of left out for weeks. It is this kind of horrible aroma, and it pours straight down her throat. And you hear it as she's drinking it. It enters into her system. I'm going to roll to see how effective it was. Because it's a horn. You see her lying there. Absolutely still. The cracks start spreading further up her face. Her body goes still. And then suddenly, as black fluid shoots out of her mouth, and Thrud's eyes open. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh.
He's saving the demigod.
Well.
Ended on somebody throwing up.
All because
everyone.
I wanted to have a godly booty call. I did not expect all this.
Your actions have consequences,
Well,
my friend. Now we had to smell
Oh my
rancid
God.
milk.
Well, there you go. You saved a demigod.
Yay! We did it.
That does
She's gonna
feel
be
relatively
totally fine and not be mad at us at all, you guys. This is gonna go
Yeah,
really
we'll
well.
just see
You
next
better
week.
not be. Damn.
Yeah.
I basically
I'll
keep
fucking poison
killing
her
the
ass.
entire hall now.
Yeah, right.
I figure out what you're doing with those gems.
I'm gonna give them back. I don't
Hey,
need
can
them.
you say the advisor stole them? Sorry, that's mean. Don't do that.
Well, actually,
Also, Lena would be like, we should definitely do that. That guy sucks. That guy's weird. Just frame him.
Well, we are a little bit over, so thank you everyone for playing as per usual. We'll be back next week. Mark will be here as well next week. And you've left the riddles for Mark to be here as well, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Let's go ahead and do some shout-outs for everyone, and then we can finish up for the night. So let's start with Gabe.
hi. I am Gabe. Gabe James Games across the internet. I am so happy to be home because over the next month, like a fuck ton of stuff that I've been working on is finally coming out. I can now rest and relax and just think about this game. Also, shout out to Don Seeker. Thrudy Cole is now one of my new favorite things that I've ever heard. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok. I'm actually going to be streaming a little bit more. I've picked up a couple games that are like survival games, totally my vibe. Yeah.
Yes, survival game.
So, yeah, that's me.
Nice. Brizzy.
Yeah, you can find me twitch.tv/tomato, youtube.com/tomatoscrash, and Twitter @tomato_gaming.
Nice.
Amazing.
Fucking owned.
Tomato.
They just said it. I have nothing.
Please, everyone, go and check out Brizzy as well. You can find Brizzy on the socials.
So kind of you. I almost brought a tear to my eye. My eyes start burning.
Oh dear. OG.
I really enjoy watching Tomato on twitch.tv/tomato. He's a really good streamer. You guys should definitely check him out.
Yeah.
So kind today, really.
Please check him out. He's really funny. You guys should please check him out.
Yeah.
He could use some help. He's new.
I'm just a local mom and pop streamer.
He's local.
You can find Mark Humes over on Sherlock Humes on Twitch. He also streams High Rollers. I don't know if they're having High Rollers this Sunday because he's over at Comic Con and I think he's busy until Monday, but they might. So just keep an eye out on his socials. He runs a game every Sunday an excellent game called High Rollers. So do check that out. And hello, my name is Tomato. You can catch me on twitch.tv/tomato.
Is it my birthday today? Damn.
It is now.
Godforge on Sundays. We run a D&D show. Tomorrow is in that, so in a way, it is just Shanna Tomato. And tomorrow we're doing something. We're starting something called the Elder Scrolls Armors Challenge. It's a permadeath run of Elder Scrolls with a bunch of us, where we're only allowed to use crafted gear that our group makes, and it's going to be fun. I think Tomato's in that as well, so check out Twitch tomorrow. Maybe.
Tomato says maybe.
What time is that?
We are starting at 9 p.m. my time, so you're on East Coast, right?
Yeah.
3 p.m. Central, so
4 p.m. your time?
Yeah.
You can come and join if you want.
Abe, join.
You can come and join.
Sure.
How you
I
feel
planned.
about being a
I
Khajiit?
planned originally just. How do you know that's what the first thing I ever played was?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's an all Khajiit as
too
well.
much.
It's all Khajiit.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. Brizzy as well. But yes, that's the plan. We'll be back next week with some more Mistletoe to discover what more can happen within the area of Herod and see Thrud's reaction. So
She's gonna pay us a shit ton of money because we just saved her life. Woo!
you think she's got gold? She doesn't have gems anymore. We'll see you next week, everyone. And
Here, I'll
we'll
pay you.
see then.
What?
See you next Friday, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What if she does fall in love with me? Oh no.